This dark zone is my home turf now. Jialon freezes as she realizes this is corpse poison from rotting bodies, a nasty mutation of the dark attribute energy. Wang Lan goes on high alert. What are these guys planning to do next? Just as he finishes talking, Jialon realizes her radio is totally dead. This is bad. They have wiped out every single piece of communication and surveillance gear we brought. Fang Yi reads the room instantly. These guys are planning to kill us all just to keep their secret safe. Yi Ming charges in with his blade. Why are we just standing around waiting for him to move? Strike first. If we cannot absorb that dark energy, we destroy it. Wang Lan tries to stop him. Wait, but it is too late. Yi Ming hurls a massive fireball straight at the nameless intruder in front of him. But something crazy happens. The enemy's corpse poison easily swallows the giant fireball like it is nothing. A huge explosion rocks the area, but the fire does 0 damage. Yi Ming is shocked. What? The darkness just keeps spreading. Jialon yells for everyone to watch out. Wang Lan quickly summons a water shield to protect the whole squad. Everyone, heads up. Fang Yi stays dead calm. Nobody knows what kind of play he is cooking up right now. A shadowy hand made of corpse poison rips right through Wang Lan's water barrier like tissue paper. He panics. My defense is gone. Just then, Fang Yi grips his sword and steps up, giving a cold warning. Get back! He slashes forward, completely shattering that dark hand. Ming Hui is absolutely stunned. He never expected anyone to be able to break his attack like that. Behind Ming Hui, several more dark poison hands sprout out, looking like creepy giant spider legs. He sneers. A fire cultivator from this country? You won't be that lucky a second time, kid. Look at your friends. They are even more pathetic than you. Hearing him brag, Fang Yi glances back at the others. Behind him, it is exactly as Ming Hui said. The squad is trapped in dark poison, and their energy is draining fast. Jialon realizes this guy was totally hiding his true power levels. He is at least a 2-star diamond rank cultivator. Yi Ming curses, saying, damn it, this guy is being so freaking sneaky. Seeing them struggle, Ming Hui laughs. Outside the zone, someone is already breaking down the situation. The dark wind barrier has closed up. The chances of us breaking through it are really slim. Someone orders an emergency alert to be sent to headquarters. Unknown Country B cultivators have infiltrated our border zone and launched an unprovoked attack on our team. Huang Feng looks back. Do we still have the footage from before the communication devices were destroyed? The secretary reports everything is saved on the drive. Just to be safe, I made a backup copy. She holds up the laptop, pointing at the guy in the video while she talks. It turns out the rumors about Country B having dark cultivators are true, but they haven't fully mastered it. Based on the footage, his power is just a minor branch of darkness, but the damage is insane. Once hit, those wounds will never heal. She adds, I have heard that Country B runs some pretty brutal experiments on their cultivators. That guy in the video might actually be one of their twisted creations. Back inside the dark wind barrier, Ming Hui starts yapping again. Your teammates are being eaten alive by my corpse poison. Soon, they will rot away into nothing, and their precious spiritual energy will become the fuel that feeds me. He looks at Fang Yi. As for you, you're coming back with me to Great Country B. Ming Hui charges with red eyes, laughing about the absorption. Jialon struggles, but she is completely stuck. With spiritual pressure at this level, Country B clearly sent a top-tier powerhouse to deal with us. Yi Ming, looking stressed, frowns and asks, What are you even doing? Fight back already, unless you want us all dead, Phuong Dich yelled, activating Golden Sun Shield and staring his opponent down with ice-cold eyes. A 2-star diamond rank? I expected more from a Country B elite. You possess dark energy, but are you seriously that blind to the truth? My solar attribute is blazing like the high noon sun. It is literally burning through your toxic poison. Min Hui, your little venom trick does not work on me, does it? He froze, totally caught off guard by the power. Wait, what? Phuong Dich smirked and triggered his system, unleashing a massive, enhanced solar fire domain that immediately incinerated every bit of the surrounding air. Right then, a massive explosion rocked the whole place. Phuong Dich dropped both of Min Hui's goons with 2 quick, brutal strikes. Min Hui looked back, realizing he was now standing all alone with no help. He gritted his teeth, cursing under his breath. Useless trash. I cannot believe they went down that easily, and that fast. Phuong Dich lunged forward. Not going to save your boys? They are basically dead meat. Min Hui just ignored him, raising his hands to charge a toxic energy orb. Ha, you are way out of your league, kid. No human can survive the absolute power of my toxic plague. Phuong Dich gripped his sword and charged, his solar energy burning white hot. As he got closer, Min Hui's eyes went wide. Wait, is that solar energy? Since when does China have a light user this strong? While he was frozen, Phuong Dich closed the gap and swung his skyfire blade. The sound of steel tearing through flesh echoed. MANHWA did not stand a chance. His body was sliced clean in half, but somehow, the guy was still breathing. Panic flooded his mind. How could a mere human have power that was this close to a calamity king? It is literally impossible. Thick black smoke poured out of MANHWA's severed torso. The sight left Not Min and Phuong Lam standing there with their jaws on the floor. Hovering in midair, MANHWA coughed up black sludge. Instead of falling, his split body started slowly knitting itself back together. Watching from the side, Phuong Dich noticed something was off. With a weird crackling sound, that smoke acted like glue, fusing his body back together. MANHWA smirked. There is so much dark energy in this place, kid. You literally cannot kill me. Watching the guy laugh while his body healed was nightmare fuel. Not Min gasped. He is actually still alive? As shadows flooded into MANHWA's body like a dark, crashing tide, Gia Lam spoke up. He is leeching off the concentrated dark energy in this place. Phuong Dich just watched him absorb the darkness and shrugged. So, you are trying to heal using that shadow crap? Too bad your poison attribute is trash. Trying to recover with dark energy? Your conversion rate is pathetic. He squinted his eyes, clearly unimpressed. I do not even need a finishing move for you. Is this really the best a top-tier fighter from Country B can do? As soon as he said it, MANHWA realized something was wrong. He started panicking. Wait, what is happening to me? His whole body began to shake with pure dread. Is suppressing my toxic powers? How is this happening? Why am I not healing anymore? Why? Tell me. Phuong Dich was done listening to the trash talk. He raised 2 fingers and snapped. As he turned his back, MANHWA's entire body instantly detonated like a massive firework in the sky. Phuong Dich touched down lightly, not a speck of dust on him. The 2 goons were already dead. He sighed. And that is that. He reached out toward Not Min and Phuong Lam, making them jump. They literally thought he was about to finish them off too. A few sparks of lightning danced across their bodies, instantly neutralizing every drop of the toxic poison that was left on them. As the sparks faded, Phuong Lam stood there stunned, while Not Min started moving around, totally hyped to be okay. Phuong Dich explained, just clearing the dark energy out of your systems. Then he tapped Gia Lam's shoulder, sending a current through her. She smiled, impressed. I did not think you could take down a diamond rank fighter from Country B that easily. Guess I totally underestimated how fast you are leveling up. Phuong Dich just gave a bored look. Those losers? Their combat skills were a complete joke. He added calmly that diamond rank guy clearly did not earn his power the honest or normal way. His energy was messy, plus they have already managed to infiltrate the internal ranks of our country. How did they not know we already had a solar user on our side? Gia Lam frowned. I am not sure why you are not on their radar, but there is a strange rumor that has been circulating inside our headquarters. That massive anomaly disaster almost hit the city years ago, but Master Ngo used his own body to block it. It should have hit Country B instead, but there is no real proof. It sounds wild, right? Phuong Dich thought for a second. Is that so? I honestly do not think that theory is a total stretch. He analyzed the situation. Master Ngo was our backbone, so he was a huge target, and Country B has always been our biggest rival. If that is true, I guess I just did a massive solid for the old man. Payback time. Not Min looked at him like a total fanboy. Man, I was so dumb before. From now on, I am hanging your photo right above my bed to motivate my daily training. Trying to get on his radar, huh? Wang Lan scoffed. Yo, did that sun attribute fry your brain or what? Feng Yi stepped forward, glancing back to give the final word. Look, I scrubbed the darkness off you guys, but in your current state, you are nowhere near ready for the Forbidden Zone core. You are running the show for the Gia Lam squad now. Take them back or just stick to the outskirts for practice. Feng Yi made his mission clear. I am heading in to see what is actually going on inside the Minghuang core. Leaving his team behind, Feng Yi ventured solo straight into the heart of the Forbidden Zone. Tong Not Min watched him walk in, totally chill, and blurted out, Wait, he just went in? Wang Lan turned to Gia Lam, eyebrows raised. Hey, if that was us, what are the odds we would actually make it? Gia Lam narrowed her eyes, picturing Feng Yi's face in her mind. He was just chilling there, laughing. You guys really need me to hold your hands? I was the top pick to take over for Master Wu, but now that this burial guy has arrived, I have been bumped to the B team. Sure, we could walk into the core, but actually handling those insane energy attributes? Yeah, that is pure fantasy. Hearing that, Not Min and Wang Lan froze. Their faces said it all. Did she really just say that? Since when did their big sis get so soft and different? Near the center of the zone, a massive vortex suddenly surged, sending out a deafening, high-pitched howl of wind. Not Min's head snapped toward the noise. What the hell is going on in there? He yelled. Take cover, now, Gia Lam warned. She instantly threw up a massive energy shield to block the violent shockwaves coming from that black hurricane. The dark energy slammed into her barrier, triggering a massive explosion that shook the entire ground. The blast was so intense it sent all three of them flying. Not Min let out a scream. Holy crap! Everything nearby was getting tossed around like trash. The explosion was huge, wiping out everything in its path. Once Gia Lam, Not Min, and Wang Lan finally stopped rolling and caught their breath, Not Min spoke up. This is it, the real face of the Ming Huang core. It looked exactly like the satellite intel. A massive, towering pillar stood right before them, topped with a creepy, dark eye shrouded in shadowy mist. Not Min kept staring. It is like the eye of some ancient god. Gia Lam scanned the area, her eyes widening. Guys, look! Is that Fang Yi up there? Fang Yi was literally hovering in midair, surrounded by swirling dark energy. He raised a hand, and a sphere of pure darkness manifested right there. He stared at it, thinking how weird this was. He tightened his fist, his mind racing. He could feel two extreme opposite powers clashing and merging, slowly transforming into a completely new kind of spiritual energy. And the crazy part? It only started changing the second he touched it. Right then, the two spheres, one dark and one sun-powered, suddenly slammed together and started to fuse as one. His system flared up immediately. Anomaly detected. Initial scan shows a fusion of both sun and dark energy attributes in progress. Attribute fluctuation detected. A brand new, unknown energy type is being generated automatically. New attribute has been officially identified as Spirit Choke. The sphere in Fang Yi's hand had now completely merged into a single unit. The system pinged. Data collection initiated, recording all metrics and transformation details now. The orb in his hand was still bleeding out massive dark energy. Fang Yi began pulling both the sun and dark powers directly into his own body. New cultivation technique acquired. Spirit Choke synchronization. Once the absorption finished, a mark like a third eye suddenly split open on Fang Yi's forehead. The system messaged him again. Spirit Choke synchronization. All changes are illusions. Truth and void give birth to eternity. The scouts waiting outside noticed the dark energy signature had completely vanished from the area. The dark energy in the black hole is totally gone, someone yelled. Not Min stared up, totally stunned, and started muttering to himself. He merged the sun and dark attributes. He shook his head. What kind of monster is this guy? Watching the residual energy from the fusion hang in the air, Gia Lam seemed lost in deep thought. She turned to Not Min and Wang Lan. Hey, how are you guys feeling right now? They both felt a massive surge of energy inside. Wang Lan said, this is some totally new power. It looks terrifyingly strong, but strangely, that primal, gut-wrenching fear we usually get, it is just gone. Since we normally hate this dark power, why do we not just give it a try anyway? Gia Lan clenched her fists with eyes full of fire and snapped, no time to waste, let us get to training right now. The three of them sat down to meditate. Yi Mingzi slammed his sword into the dirt and muttered that even one breath of this stuff would be enough. Cutting to the scene outside the Forbidden Zone. One of the team members looking through binoculars gasped. These numbers are insane. Even an anomaly king could not put up stats like these. The guy checking the tablet shouted, wait a second, it looks like those Country B scouts just vanished off the radar completely. He frowned at his screen and yelled, did the Soul Barrier really just take out those Country B pioneers already? We all heard what happened in Kang City. The Soul Barrier gave that local association a lesson they will never forget. His partner clenched his fist and growled, well, those scumbags definitely got exactly what was coming to them. Lucky for us, we caught Country B red-handed. The two of them sprinted back to their vehicle while shouting for everyone to move. I am calling headquarters to start diplomatic protocols because there is a huge chance Country B is about to launch an attack. His buddy agreed and said, you are right. We have to hand-deliver this evidence directly to the top brass right now. This footage is going to give us some serious leverage against Country B. We need to do our part so the Xia Kingdom can finally secure a winning position in this fight. Cut to a meeting room packed with a bunch of high-ranking officials. This is the Country B military command. Some guy stood up, slammed the table, and yelled, what the hell is actually going on? Did we not send our absolute strongest pioneers? This angry old dude is the leader of Country B, and his name is Khan. He kept screaming at them, how could they just go missing? You guys literally gave me your word before the mission started. A silver-haired man sitting nearby named Gray finally decided to pipe up and speak. Sir, we should not call this a disappearance anymore. They are dead. He rested his chin on his hands and frowned. Our pioneers took a massive hit because those sneaky Xia Kingdom bastards played dirty. Khan went completely ballistic after hearing that. Was that guy not supposed to be our absolute best? How did he lose to the Xia Kingdom so easily? This makes zero sense. My whole squad was wiped out. You people better give me the compensation I am owed. I want everything the Xia Kingdom has, or I am cutting every cent of your funding. Ray heard the old man and finally gave him an answer. We definitely have a score to settle with the Xia Kingdom. I will make sure they pay a very heavy price. He suddenly stood up, and the sheer power radiating from him made everyone in the room back off as he started speaking. Even though I am a citizen of Country B, a place full of intense national pride, I am also a pioneer. Unlike the little lapdogs you keep on a leash, I really hate being threatened by anyone. You would do well to remember that. The bodyguards quickly shielded Khan, and though he was totally fuming, the old man just gritted his teeth and stayed silent. As Gray turned to leave, the old man started screaming threats at his back. I am calling the Xia Kingdom leaders right now. You guys better teach those people a serious lesson. Gray just ignored him and walked out with his subordinates behind him. While walking down the hall, he asked about the results. One of Gray's men stepped up and gave him an immediate answer. Sir, it is currently impossible for us to enter the Xia Kingdom Forbidden Zone. We also cannot pinpoint the exact location where the second master went missing. The high-precision tracking tech inside his body was likely destroyed, but we can definitely rule out it being caused by the massive energy fluctuations in the Mingying Forbidden Zone. Gray gritted his teeth, his eyes turning bloodshot with pure rage as he thought, Xia Kingdom, just you wait, I am coming for you. Back at the center of the Mingying Forbidden Zone, Fang Yi was still floating high up in the air. He was absorbing both dark and light energy. The power swirled together to form a mark on his forehead. Fang Yi closed his eyes and thought to himself, the soul-piercing eye is an illusion technique that can drag any living creature into a state of total despair. It basically means I do not have to lift a single finger. I can just trap enemies in an illusion and trick them until they literally drop dead. Is that not incredibly convenient for me? Fang Yi finished mastering the soul-piercing eye and touched down on the ground. Suddenly, a massive wave of dizziness hit him out of nowhere. Fang Yi collapsed to his knees and coughed up a mouthful of blood. He looked at his stained hands and started thinking, this dark energy is seriously no joke. Even after forming a brand new attribute, the power is still trying to tear me apart from the inside out. Fang Yi's eyes suddenly flashed with a strange and intense light. He smirked and said, interesting, come to think of it, it has been a really long time since I faced a challenge like this. Back at Country B's Awakened Alliance, the big shots are huddled in a meeting room talking strategy. Did our experiment actually work? Our national treasure, the ultimate superweapon, just got totally wrecked by those low-tier weaklings from the lower country. I don't buy it. We own that dark energy humans can't even touch. We should be crushing every awakened on the planet. Is this some kind of freak side effect or what? Suddenly, the door flies open. Gray stomps in like he owns the place. Who was just mouth-breathing about the glorious Gamma Project? He snaps. His face is straight up terrifying, scaring everyone senseless. His goons float up behind him, instantly locking down the entire room like it's a high-security prison. Sounds like somebody has a big mouth. Gray, the big boss of Country B, glares at a guy in the corner and whispers coldly, since you're so smart, you can donate your body for the next experiment. The goons immediately drag that unlucky loser away. He starts begging for his life. Please, don't take me. I don't want to be a lab rat. Boss, have mercy. Another guy in the room starts shaking. Baby boss, he stammers. Are we actually 100% sure about this plan? Gray clenches his fist. That idiot leader couldn't handle anything. I'm going down there myself to make that lower country crawl. He's oozing confidence. Not just that, I'm going to make sure every single country on Earth watches it happen live. Cut to a different scene. At the Blue Planet United Nations headquarters, all the world leaders are gathered for a high-stakes summit. One guy speaks up first. This time, that lower country really crossed the line. Reps from Federation E and Country A are both there. The dude from Federation E even has a whole angry speech ready to go. We stand with the United Nations to condemn this murder of a top-tier awakened. With a global crisis looming, countries shouldn't be out here stabbing each other in the back like this. Suddenly, a massive laugh echoes from the back of the room. It shuts everyone up instantly. Ha ha! Nice kill. A voice booms from the doorway. Old Man Wu walks in third-level Vajra realm, a military commander and total legend from the lower country. He looks around. Why are you guys still drinking plain bottled water? That stuff isn't even clean these days. He nods to his assistant. Swap that out for some chrysanthemum tea. They need to chill out a bit. One diplomat looks totally shaken by Wu's vibe. You again? It's been ages since anyone heard a peep from you. Gray shows up, looking super annoyed. Long time no see, old man. But we aren't here to catch up on old times. All the major powers agreed. Energy is back, no interference, and definitely no fighting each other. He keeps going. But my top guy went missing in your territory. One way or another, your country owes us a massive explanation. Inside, Gray is freaking out. Wasn't this old fossil supposed to be finished? How is he still standing? Old Man Wu snaps, gold light exploding around him. An explanation? Haha, you think you're important enough to demand anything from me? As he talks, the golden aura blasts outward, shaking everyone in the room. Your guys clearly threw the first punch. Now you're out here playing the victim? That's so typical for your country. People are buckling under the pressure, wondering why the usually chill Mr. Wu is suddenly acting so hardcore. Gray tries to talk back, even though he's being crushed. Ha ha, talk is cheap. Do you have any actual proof? He's dying of curiosity inside. What the heck happened in that country that I don't know about yet? If their only third-level Vajra is back at full power, our whole master plan is basically toast. Wu grabs a remote. You want proof? Fine. I'll show every person in this room exactly what happened. Let's be totally clear. Country B's awakened illegally snuck right across our borders. They were trying to steal our resources. The screen shows Min Hui and his goons smashing cameras and attacking first. Too bad for them. Our guys turned the tables and wiped them out. I'll say it again, it was a great kill. Scumbags like that deserve to be erased. Every diplomat in the room is absolutely stunned. Once the video ends, Wu glares at Gray with pure killing intent and drops a classic proverb from our homeland. What goes around comes around. Let this be a warning to everyone here. If any other country tries to steal our resources, this happens. Wu turns to leave. That's how it ends. Behind him, Gray isn't having it. He starts secretly charging up his powers. Gray fires off a spell, commanding his ghost-like shadow energy to hunt Wu down. Wisps of blue smoke rush toward Wu, but before they can touch him, the whole attack bounces right back. Gray gets blasted backward by his own force. Wu doesn't even look back. Haha, nice try, amateur. Don't embarrass yourself. Country B needs to go back to school and practice more. Gray hits the wall hard and collapses. You, he gasps. Everyone else panics and rushes over. Boss, someone call a doctor, fast. As Wu walks away, he thinks to himself, Windgrave, how many more miracles are you going to pull off for us? Somewhere else entirely, at the Minhuin Forbidden Zone, a massive black vortex is swallowing the sky. Gia Lam looks up, sensing crazy energy. The sealer might be toasted. Out in the open, a lonely silhouette is slumped over. It is Phuong Dich, looking totally spent. Suddenly, he clenches his fists, throws his head back, and 3 beams of light blast from his eyes and forehead. The light explodes, wrapping around him. Phuong Dich screams so hard the ground actually starts cracking apart. Ah! As the glow fades, Phuong Dich starts soaking in a massive wave of brand new power. His spirit-piercing eye art is fully synced. His body finally stopped rejecting the dark energy. His eyes are glowing pure purple now. Since he has got these new moves, time to test drive them. Phuong Dich snaps his fingers, activates his spirit eye, and a million shards flash before his face. He looks up. Every shard holds a memory. Wait, are these illusions just a highlight reel of my life? Pretty cool. He spots a giant spider trapping people in silk. Every lucky break that made me stronger was a total death trap for anyone else. Is this the true power of the spirit-piercing eye? The vision shifts to a place where ice meets lava. If I mix this with my death seal, it is like triple hell. Suddenly, Phuong Dich holds both fire and ice in his palms. Won't that make things way more terrifying? A massive vortex rips a hole right through the sky. Golden energy ribbons swirl into the vortex, creating a trippy scene. Phuong Dich is locked in. Lightning is flashing everywhere. His energy is overflowing. He is about to hit the diamond realm. Phuong Dich stomps the cracked ground and steps forward with a smirk. Nice, just what I wanted. Blue lightning strikes and a golden phantom appears right in front of Phuong Dich. They charge at each other, and the collision triggers a huge explosion that rattles Gia Lam's entire squad. Gia Lam is totally shocked. Is he really trying to break into the diamond realm right now? Song Yiming is stunned too. What? Over on the battlefield, a massive beam of energy slams into the dirt. Standing in the light, Phuong Dich asks, Is that it? His eyes are glowing with pure confidence. My turn. He spreads his arms and shouts, activating the infinite dark realm. He screams, but the phantom isn't scared, charging up its divine thunder. Then, Phuong Dich fires a massive bolt of energy right back at it. Immediately after, another beam of light drops from the heavens. Phuong Dich sucks in the golden energy, gathering it into a ring as he finishes his breakthrough. Level 1 Diamond Realm. Hovering in midair, Phuong Dich can feel a crazy new power surging through his veins. Didn't expect to hit the Diamond Realm here, but hey, it is a nice surprise. Once he fully absorbs the power, he reaches out and summons a blinding ball of light. Then he just hurls that ring of light, creating a shockwave that rocks the whole place. The shock hits Gia Lam and Song Yiming. Yiming shouts out, "Whoa, he actually did it!" Gia Lam is impressed too. That energy is insane. The rest of the crew is absolutely floored by the sheer power of that blast. What a terrifying storm. What the heck just happened? Haha, a random car gets tossed by the shockwave and slams right into the pile of rocks. Baisu crawls out of the wreckage, terrified. It blew past the max monitoring levels. The whole thing just exploded in a blink. The storm is hiding the sky in the forbidden zone, but that golden glow and the final data readings make me think someone just broke through. Everyone watching is completely stunned. Wait, are you saying the sealer actually hit the Diamond Realm? Is that even possible? They scream in shock. That looks terrifying. With all that lightning hitting him, how is he even still alive? Gia Lam's team moves to a cliff, looking down at the massive crater that opened up. Inside the crater, blinding golden light is swarming and hiding everything. Gia Lam realizes the energy in this forbidden zone has been totally sucked dry. Even if we all teamed up, we could barely grab 10% of that energy. The sealer sucked up every bit of the rest. Wang Lam looks down, amazed. It is like a giant bottomless pit. Gia Lam then adds, without him, those creeps from Country B would have split all this energy. It is better to let the sealer take it all. She and the others jump down. As they get closer to the edge of the crater, Song Yiming suddenly freezes up. He sees Feng Yi's blurry figure walking right out of the golden light. He is totally on guard because that energy is insane. He is just walking toward us, but it feels like a whole mountain is crushing me. But Wang Lam is loving it. She pulls out her phone to snap a pic, deciding to keep this one. Using this as my wallpaper might actually help me break through to the sky realm faster. Song Yiming stays on high alert, totally worried. How strong is this guy now anyway? Feng Yi's silhouette finally becomes clear as he walks right up to the squad. He strolls in casually. Sup, everyone. Someone shouts in total excitement. Diamond Realm. Man, the dude actually pulled it off. Gia Lam watches him and smiles. If he used to be a divine sword ripping through the night when first unsheathed, now he is that same blade shining with a brilliant, blinding power. She hides her doubt, though. Everyone knows jumping from the 3rd spirit level to the half-step Diamond Realm is a massive climb that usually takes forever. He grew this much in such a short time. Still, she expects even bigger things from Feng Yi in the future. Feng Yi just dropped a massive surprise on us. This kid is a total blessing for the Xia Nation. She thinks of Master Wu. His future is bright. Soon he might fight alongside his teacher or maybe even leave the old man in the dust. Meanwhile, news of Feng Yi breaking through the realm is blowing up all over the internet and news. Over in Western Xia, those crazy lightning strikes got shredded. The wind burial dude just broke through another level. People are losing their minds. That S-rank forbidden zone. Ming Ying? Yeah, it just got completely drained dry. Good grief, if it is really the wind barrier, does not that mean we have a new Diamond Realm master? All hail the wind burial legend. I am totally riding his coattails. Gray gets the news fast. He taps his screen, looking annoyed. Ugh, that wind burial guy again. He figures if this kid keeps growing, the Xia Nation will unite and get too strong. That is going to wreck our plans. Gray turns to his lackey and says, time to make a move. The other guy agrees with a dark look. Last time, that punk ruined our play and let Tai City escape. This time, nobody gets away alive. A woman pulls out 2 photos to dig up the truth about who he really is. My followers successfully hacked the big data archives for all those Pioneer phones. Found these shots. Gray stares at the tablet showing Feng Yi's private info and gives a real nasty, wicked laugh. Haha, whatever works. Use any method you want, just as long as we keep this partnership rolling. Time to expose his real face. Elsewhere, at 3 a.m. on a city skyscraper, a massive beam of light suddenly slams down from the sky onto the roof. The light hits a guy inside a red energy sphere. All those late nights and early mornings finally paid off. That is Jiang Lu, a fire attribute pioneer. Good old Jiang Lu. He pumps his fist. Finally, I made it to the 2-star spirit realm. Heck yeah. He grabs his phone, hyped. That massive light show surely got everyone talking. Let's see how much they are adoring me right now. But his eyes stop on the news about Feng Yi. Through the dark rain and wind, exploring Ming Ying. The wind burial guy hits a new holy level. The ultimate guide is trending online. Hot topic. Who is the real wind barrier anyway? Jiang Lu looks at the screen with total envy. He is leveling up again. That is my future master, for sure. He is getting pumped. If a total genius like him is still grinding that hard, how can I be happy with this tiny breakthrough? He looks up, seeing Feng Yi in the clouds. I need to follow his path. If I go back to Tai City now, I wonder if he will even take me in. The sun is up, high in the sky, shining down across the city. Early in Tai City, Jiang Lu stands in the street and shouts, I am finally back, baby. Nearby, a mysterious woman in red high heels starts walking toward him. She walks right past Jiang Lu and bumps him. He gets annoyed immediately. Hey, gorgeous, he calls out. Did your mom not teach you to say sorry for bumping people? She stops and pulls off her sunglasses, showing a beautiful face. Oh, my bad. Her purple eyes start to glow. One look at those eyes and Jianglu goes totally fuzzy, like he is being hypnotized. Mission accomplished. She smirks and tells him, "Follow me, big guy. Someone is looking for you." He follows like a zombie. "Where are we going?" she replies mysteriously. "The Celestial Spring Sect." A heavenly church appears before them. She leads him inside, her eyes constantly scanning the area, looking super cautious the whole time. In an alley with ghosts floating around, she whispers, "Snuck into Tai City. Now, listen closely. Do not let the priest down. Basically, the Celestial Spring Sect has owned this whole city for ages. If we can turn this hero's hideout into our own new territory to exploit, our great sect will surely bring massive glory to the Xia nation. Praise be to the priest." Inside the confession room in Chuan City, the heart of the Celestial Sect, this pitch-black darkness was basically eating all the light. Jianglu just lay there on that freezing wooden table, non-stop whimpering like his life depended on it. Ah! Out of nowhere, these creepy, twisted words just started flying out of his mouth, and it scared the absolute hell out of him. "Look, your grandpa and the big boss aren't even tight. You can kill me all you want, but I seriously don't know anything." Jianglu panicked, thinking, "Where the heck am I? Damn, my head feels like it is literally exploding." He looked down at his own mouth, terrified. His heart sank. His lips were moving on their own, but his brain had zero control over what he was actually saying. It was like his mouth went totally rogue. What the hell do these weirdos even want from me anyway? Jianglu realized the messed up truth and started crying from pure helplessness. Damn it, they are totally brainwashing me and forcing me to talk. He was fuming. These fake-ass monsters were trying to squeeze info about his future master out of him. Luckily, he didn't know a single damn thing. Outside the hall, a guy rushed in and started blabbing right away. What was he even saying? "The father is asking for an update." The woman in front put her hand on her chest, bowed low, and spoke with total respect and fear. "May the Great Father forgive my sins. I made that demon in the confession room talk, but it seems like he doesn't actually know anything at all." He went cold, his eyes full of calculations. If that is the case, is he even good enough to be used as bait? The man spoke slowly, every word landing like a ton of bricks. "I am worried the grave barrier won't show." The woman stared intensely at the statue in front of her. Her face was stone cold and totally determined. "I am going to crank up his penance for the father. Either way, the kid is already stuck in our trap now. I will definitely finish the task for the father." Meanwhile, over at the Spirit Association in Tai City, 4 people were talking in a quiet room when Qing Ying spoke up, surprised. "So, you guys came all the way to Tai City for help just to find Jianglu?" Mao San nodded right away. "Yeah, he came to Tai City to find the grave barrier and level up his skills, but then he just totally vanished on us." Lu Qiu added, "We and young Master Jiang know all kinds of sketchy people. It is complicated. We have been asking around everywhere, both at home and in Tai City. Then someone told us his voice dropped, and his eyes got heavy. Young Master Jiang probably got snatched by the Tian Xuan cult." Fang Yi froze. "The Tian Xuan cult?" Qing Ying groaned. "Ugh, not those guys again. I have heard of them. It is some weird cult that clearly has some powerful immortals backing them up. Why the heck would they target Jiang Lu?" Lu Ju looked down at the cold floor, hiding his face. He clenched his fist so hard the veins on his hands started popping out. "Exactly. We honestly don't have the guts to face the Tian Xuan cult alone, so we're begging you for some help." Qing Ying slowly pulled out her notebook. She stared at the messy handwriting, and her face started looking really serious. The Tian Xuan cult has always hated the Military Spirit Association since they are masters at mental attacks. Over time, the cult slowly brainwashes normal people. Their main headquarters is located over in Chuan City. Qing Ying's voice just kept on going. In Chuan City, they have nearly 1 million followers already. The Chuan City Spirit Association tried to shut them down, but the leader and his cult are so slippery they are harder to deal with than anomalies. She glared. If they are based in Chuan City, then what happened to Jiang Lu? Did the cult actually sneak into Tai City? She basically jumped out of her chair, her voice sounding urgent and determined. "I am alerting the Tai City Spirit Association right now. We need the whole city looking for this cult. If a cult this dangerous gets in, all our hard work protecting Tai City from anomalies goes down the drain." Fang Yi spoke. "They snuck into Tai City right after that major disaster, and nobody even noticed them creeping around here. Now they have snatched Jiang Lu right after he came looking for me. It feels like I am the real target." He analyzed the situation carefully. "They actually left their home base to come hide out here in Tai City. They are trying to take me out quietly. Since they're hiding on purpose, finding any clues is going to be a nightmare." Fang Yi felt totally confused. Why would they make such a big scene just to deal with him? He rubbed his chin, eyes narrowing. "Right now, I am starting to think their sneaking into Tai City is actually just a huge distraction." As soon as he said that, the other 3 just froze with their mouths wide open in shock. A distraction? Qing Ying asked, sounding lost. Why? Feng Yi didn't answer right away. Instead, he asked her a question. Chuan City is probably the place where the spiritual energy surge is the calmest in Xia country, right? She agreed, saying there are still shifts, but the levels aren't high. The absolute highest is only C rank. Plus, a ton of boomers retire there, totally clueless that the world is literally falling apart around them. He explained that Tai City just got wrecked by freak disasters and some legend about a savior called the Seal Barrier. Dropping a whole cult in here is not that easy. They are likely planting seeds first, finding cracks in Tai City to take over step by step. Feng Yi snapped that he was the biggest obstacle standing in the way of their entire plan. Suddenly, Feng Yi jumped up. Jiang Lu had likely been moved to their main headquarters over in Chuan City by now. Why wait for them to strike? We are booking a flight to the nearest airport. I want to see these punks using the spiritual awakening to cause chaos and find out what they are really made of. Lu Jiu heard that and stood up immediately, all his previous gloom vanishing as his eyes lit up with excitement. Fine by me, Lord Seal Barrier. Mao Tam scrambled to his feet as well, following the boss without a second thought. We are coming with you. Before taking off, he made sure to tell her to report this to her superiors and just chill out. If they are really that worried, they can just run some anti-cult propaganda or something and call it a day. Thanh Huynh raised her hand and yelled, "Got it, big boss." He thought to himself that the heaven-chosen cult had to go. He could not believe a cult with that much power had already taken over Chuan City. The realization kept spinning through Feng Yi's head. He had heard she was already retired and living there. We cut to a secret location deep inside Chuan City. At the cult headquarters, a man quietly pushed the door open, moving so carefully that he did not make a single sound. He stopped in the room and bowed low, whispering with pure respect, "My Grand Priestess." The man reported that the Seal Barrier and his bait were on the plane, headed straight for our holy Chuan City. The Grand Priestess slowly toyed with a small object in her hand, a smug grin spreading across her face. Who knew that hillbilly bait would actually work? I can't believe they had the guts to step onto my turf. Her gaze turned ice cold as she crushed the object into tiny pieces. A guest is a guest. Even if they are heretics, we must welcome them properly to maintain our holy church's manners. As soon as the Grand Priestess opened her hand, a faint, ghostly image of a clock appeared in her palm. The hour hand spun slowly in the air like a countdown. She stared at it and chuckled, asking if a heretic like that could be useful to the holy church. Suddenly, she stood up. A heretic will always be a heretic. If they won't change, they are just stubborn. The man worriedly told her not to waste her energy on them. She snapped that he was right. In that moment, her magic exploded with rage as her eyes turned a deadly, glowing red. Heretics only get one ending. Their bodies will be burned, purified, and wiped from existence. Back at the Chuan City airport, Feng Yi stared at the flickering electronic board in total disbelief. I'm just shocked that even with the spiritual energy peaking like this, these domestic flights are still running on schedule. Mao Tam nodded and said that flights were scarce these days. If the Spirit Alliance hadn't pulled strings to get these tickets, we would never have made it here in time. It wasn't long before they arrived, ditching the city streets to head deep into a thick, dark forest. Mao Tam curiously asked where they were going next. Feng Yi shoved his hands deep in his pockets, strolling over the dry leaves, and told him they didn't need to go anywhere. Just wait. He stood there stunned, eyes wide. Wait? Feng Yi put a finger to his lips and whispered for them to just listen. He stood perfectly still, his voice cold and flat as he told them that the enemy had already found them. Suddenly, the quiet forest felt eerie. The wind was drowned out by a frantic rustling coming from the canopy above. Shadows dropped from the trees with glowing red eyes. Feng Yi warned the team not to look because they have the power to hypnotize. The two behind him squeezed their eyes shut and surged their spiritual power, shouting that they understood. In that split second, a shadow landed softly, wrapping her slender arms right around his neck. Hey, big brother, you told your friends to keep their eyes shut, so why are yours still open? She immediately cast a seductive illusion spell. Feng Yi kept a straight face, his mind racing. Was this really just a level 2 spirit realm move? Her voice was like silk as she whispered in his ear, asking if he wanted her all to himself. He coldly replied that she was right. Feng Yi let out a mocking smirk. Did you really think I was going to give you an answer like that? The woman froze and her pupils shrank as her charms vanished, replaced by pure shock and fear. What did you say? He gritted his teeth as his spiritual power exploded like a tidal wave. Since you are the first to get this close, I should definitely reward you. Maybe illusionists like you are much more fun to break. Feng Yi immediately fired back with a devastating and lethal spirit eye strike. This move sent a shockwave through Baigu's heart. No, she gasped. This is absolutely impossible. How does a Seal Barrier know illusion magic? There was nothing about this in the files. Then, in an instant, she was pinned down. She screams like a maniac. You really think illusions can stop me? Baigu pulls out a magic watch and snaps. Stupid heretic, my sect rules illusions. She tosses the watch at Fang Yi with a sneer. Trash, I've got the father's blessing. Beating a loser like you is easy money. Then, Fang Yi starts trash-talking his rival. Her stomach drops as he speaks. Suddenly, a sphere of demonic spirits pops up. Fang Yi's voice cuts through, just a hopping little lab rat, the perfect test subject. The trap hits hard, making Baigu scream. She's fuming, her ego completely crushed. How is this illusion so painfully real? Did my legendary powers actually just fail me? But why? Before she can think, heavy chains fly out and snatch her up. Hanging there like a trophy, she thinks, Father chose me. Why am I being slaughtered? I'm different. I'm the chosen one, handpicked by the gods themselves. Demon souls wail in her ears. Panicked, Baigu can't even get a word out. As they swarm, she stammers, Who am I? Where am I? Breaking free, she kneels. Father, Fang Yi looks at her and scoffs. Is this really the best you can do? So weak. One more hit, and this cultist is toast. Clues first, then she dies. He snaps. All right, spill it. Tell me everything you know right now. What's your cult's endgame? She answers, honestly, Father said the sealer must be eliminated. He pushes harder. What's the plan? Where exactly are the father and Jianglu? Baigu stammers. The plan. They're at the altar. Saving us. To help. Right then, her internal seal kicks in, causing her absolute agony. One brutal scream later, she's coughing blood. Fang Yi grinds his teeth in rage. Looks like a kill switch. That father guy made sure his puppets couldn't talk. Talk and you die. A second later, the real puppet masters show up. Fang Yi growls. What did you do to her? Shuizhu yells. Watch your mouth. Lan Huang orders them to bag the captain to make the cult famous nationwide. Ko No Win chips in. A brat like you isn't worthy of meeting our father. Give up or your team dies. Fang Yi strikes. In your dreams, losers. He scans them. These heretics are tier 3, and some are about to evolve. Their illusions are a headache, enough to wreck a whole city's spirit association. But they're all talk, no foundation. Fang Yi prepares his big finishing move. Heavenly Fire Blade, he roars. You guys are jokes. The cultists scream in pain. He puts a blade to Ko Shenfang's throat. Li Zhong is shaking nearby. Fang Yi spots a mirror on Li Zhong's chest. Suddenly, the father appears. On the other end, the father watches through glass. Sealer, we need to talk. It's all a misunderstanding. My sect is actually here to save all humanity. We fixed Shuyan City's 3 disasters. Aren't you guys the real useless heretics in power? Fang Yi laughs. Don't get high on your own supply. We both know better. The city is safe and blocked by the military. Where did these disasters happen? You brainwash people to steal resources and level up. That's your real game. That's the truth behind your fairy tales, isn't it? You're just a parasite. The father just smirks. Oh, is that so? She pops open a pocket watch. She starts her move, sounding hyped. You really do know us too well. Dying for the association is the real brainwashing. Why protect these weak little normies? They're dead weight. Let them die. This world belongs to the elite pioneers. We're on the path of evolution. A future of absolute glory is waiting. Hearing that, Phuong Dich gripped his blade and lunged at the glass without blinking. Li Zhong panicked, screaming, Wait, what are you doing? He just coldly replied, If you think the weak deserve to die, then you and your whole crew should go first. With that, Phuong Dich smashed his blade into the glass, leaving the High Priestess absolutely rattled by the raw force of the strike. His power surged right through the glass, hitting her directly and making her scream out in pure, unadulterated terror. No way, that is impossible. The High Priestess was stunned that Phuong Dich's energy could actually track her down through the glass barrier. She was not physically hurt, though. She realized it was just a hallucination, a close call. A few more seconds and she would have been trapped in his mental world. Lucky she was not actually there. Otherwise, the Berry Master would have quietly ended her in his dream world using that weird, twisted energy of his. Then, the priestess let out a laugh and said, Impressive. You are actually strong. Maybe we can strike a deal instead? Phuong Dich noticed the wound on her forehead and thought, Weird, it looks like she has been infected by some dark blood. No, that is not blood. It is something else. Too bad she is not here in the flesh right now. That little test proved my illusions cannot pull people across space and time quite yet. Raising his voice, he barked, Get your people out of Shuyan City in 3 days. He was just trying to bluff her. If she changes her mind after 3 days, things are going to get very messy very fast. He flared his aura to intimidate her, adding, And release everyone you took. Or else. A thought suddenly crossed his mind. Knowing how the Heaven Choice sect operates, they probably won't just pack up and leave that easily. We will just have to deal with whatever comes next. Surprisingly, she agreed. Fine, I agree. The Heaven Choice sect will leave Suyen City, and I will return your people in 3 days, provided I can leave safely. She gave him a nod. See you around, Berrymaster. Till next time. The High Priestess showed off her power through the glass, accidentally roasting her own guys. They started screaming like crazy in pain. Too hot. Please, do not burn me. I cannot take it. After that hit, even then Phuong's eyes were messed up, and he started howling. He gripped his head, sobbing. Minutes later, Phuong Dich turned his attention to Lu Ku and Mao Tam. He quickly shook them both awake. Hey, wake up! Since their main target was not Quang Luke, he should be safely returned soon. I need to head to the Suyen City Aura Association to track the sect over the next 3 days. You guys are with me. As the two woke up, he reached into his pocket to find something. While they calmed down, Phuong Dich checked his phone. Whatever, I will just wait at the association for a few days. Once things settle down and this whole mess is over, I will give her a call. Scene shifts to the association. Tron Duong bowed and said, Lord Berrymaster, Captain Tuthan Hoing from Tai City reached out. We are ready to cooperate completely. He whispered back, you guys do not have to do a thing. If that priestess shows her face in Suyen City, I can handle it solo, but please look after these two, they are not part of any association. He happily replied, no problem. Just then, an assistant ran in with a phone. Boss, check the Pioneer Forum right now. He saw Phuong Dich and froze. Recognizing him, he handed over the phone. Master, do not pay it any mind. It is just some trolls causing trouble. Someone is behind this, trying to manipulate the public. Who knows what they are thinking? He took the phone calmly. Let me see. Wow, it is really popping off. All 3 pages are full of this topic, and it is trending everywhere suddenly. The screen read, the Berrymaster is not fit to lead the Pioneers. It claimed he is a killer with an arrogant attitude, showing photo proof to expose the ugly face of this supposed hero. They called his supporters nothing but paid shills from Tai City. Phuong Dich did not even look angry. Funny how all these posts are coming from Tai City IPs. Scene shifts to the Tai City Association. Someone screamed into a phone, this is the Tai City Association. Block every single IP from Suyen City now. If we do not wipe out this Heaven Choice sect soon, they are going to become a massive disaster for the country. Back at the priestess's place, she was busy brainwashing her followers with lies. I have seen the future. The chosen will be trapped in cages of fire and struck by lightning, burned by red flames. This is not a divine punishment. My chosen people, we have suffered so much to find this path and save the world. The Berrymaster uses a fake persona to trick the world, but he is a monster who is actively out here murdering our fellow chosen ones. We gotta clear out these punks blocking our way right now. Those brainwashed cultists are going psycho, boycotting Fang Yi everywhere. It is time to expose the evil hiding behind that mask. The chosen sect will win because they are right. They are the world's real saviors, so do not let their fake looks fool you. Real demons always show up looking like heroes. Someone save the Tai family. The Tais are feeding a monster, and their people are suffering. Does the Gravekeeper actually want to destroy Suyen City? Killing the chosen sect means killing Xian City itself. We won't let them exile our protectors. Everyone, swarm the Aura Association building right now. While they kept screaming, the strongest savior? Never heard of him. Is he really supposed to be our big protector? He just stood high above, watching the chaos unfold. Seeing his 2 panicked teammates, Fang Yi muttered, the Suyen City Association has absolutely zero public support. Lu Ju grabbed his head in frustration, saying, there is absolutely no way for us to handle these people. He snapped back. This is total nonsense. We are supposed to be pioneers, yet our hands are completely tied. Chen Yang rushed over yelling, Lord Gravekeeper, the current situation is before being cut off. Yeah, I know. Your abilities are basically useless in a mess like this anyway. Using civilians as weapons and hostages? That is just a cheap, low-life tactic. The High Priestess was hiding in the crowd, thinking with a smirk, hey Gravekeeper, I wonder if you will like this little gift. Everyone in Shuain City is my puppet. To kill the chosen, you will have to wreck the city first. She kept egging them on, trying to force him back. Let us bounce and let these idiots keep getting in his way. Plus, toss that loser back to them. The chosen always value loyalty. Hei Peng immediately praised the priestess for her mercy. Then he tossed a white sack down into the cheering crowd. High up, Fang Yi saw it and lost his cool. His power exploded in a massive blast. People saw golden light hitting the building and started screaming. She watched, totally confused. A second later, Fang Yi appeared. I told you, if you weren't out of Suyen City in 3 days, you would pay the price. The High Priestess stared in shock. Why would he actually dare to show his face? Aren't you afraid of total chaos? She barked. Fine, I admit I messed up my calculations today. If I knew you were hiding him, I would have finished him already. But with all these people here, do you not care about their lives? He swung his blade and laughed. You really did not know? One strike from Fang Yi wounded He Peng, making the High Priestess turn pale. While she was distracted, he attacked. My cultivation technique was literally built to crush dark attribute freaks like you. The priestess barely blocked the blow with her watch. Fang Yi stared her down and asked, "You are not even human, are you?" She finally admitted it. "So you figured it out? Guess nothing gets past those eyes of yours." A third eye opened on her forehead. The priestess hesitated before speaking. "To be honest, it has been a very long time since I have seen someone like you." Fang Yi just glared at her with pure rage, keeping his mouth shut. After she finished her grotesque transformation, she sneered arrogantly, "A mere worm like you, a perfect parasite." Witnessing that distorted form, he immediately had the system run a scan. The response came back, "Dark intelligence detected." This dark intelligence is a sub-branch of the dark attribute that gained self-awareness through a process called attribute death. This dark spirit has no fixed shape. It moves by stealing and taking over bodies. It grafts itself onto different pioneers to make itself even stronger. Every single grafting process forces the chosen pioneer to die a gruesome, agonizing death. Their bodies and spirits are turned into pure fuel for the dark intelligence. Cut to the chosen sect underground headquarters. As the place started burning, everyone screamed in a total panic. "Our palace! Our beautiful home! Our grand palace! Someone save the High Priestess! These flames just will not go out." Back to Fang Yi. After turning into that dark spirit, his opponent got even cockier. Her body was perfectly forged, and her aura was overflowing. "A talent like that belongs to me. My loyal followers, the time has finally come for your sacrifice." In an instant, after a wave of horrific screams, she drained every last bit of aura from her fanatical cultists. Then, the dark intelligence formed a massive ball of energy. She immediately used it to try and crush Fang Yi. He reacted fast, swinging his blade. The strike pierced through the energy sphere, flying straight for the dark spirit. It carried a power intense enough to incinerate everything. Finally, Fang Yi sliced off a chunk of her body, making her shriek. "It hurts! It has been ages since I felt this kind of agonizing pain." Before the dark intelligence could finish, Fang Yi cut her off. "Looks like that was not enough. I will have to carve you into pieces." He attacked, realizing this monster still had an escape route. It can fake a human consciousness and build its own army. This will not be as easy as killing the last king. One move is all it took for Phuong Dich to wreck her body. Tron Duong watched in horror dark energy with a brain. It was literally hijacking a pioneer body. "We gotta spread the word fast." Plus, his ice arm managed to snag a piece of that dark freak. Phuong Dich flinched when she slipped away. The dark soul just laughed, mocking him like, "Didn't see that coming, huh? Listen, kid, you are just a meat suit for me now. Don't sweat it. I am gonna rock your body." Her crazy laughter and creepy vibes choked the whole city, turning everything pitch black except for the spot where Phuong Dich stood. He wasn't even sweating. Actually, he thought the whole thing was kind of cool. Not bad. Even with my light energy crushing her darkness, this freak is still managing to flip the script. But get this, I am already dead. She completely lost it and started screaming her head off. "Say what?" Lo Ku panicked as the darkness ate Phuong Dich alive, yelling that the Wind Burial Master was totally gone. Mao Tam snapped, "It is fine, relax. The Wind Burial Master wrecked the King of Death, so he has got this." Tong Duyet stayed worried, since the Soul Association has never seen this. Tran Duong cut in. "Okay, enough. Quit the yapping. All we can do is trust the guy." Just then, Quang Luke finally woke up and started talking. "Whoa, what did I miss?" He couldn't find Phuong Dich and flipped out, asking if his master actually lost. Inside the dark energy bubble, he was totally chilling. Phuong Dich looked around, realizing he was basically standing inside the monster guts. The system pinged him with a death count. 1. The death seal kicked in, nerfing the dark soul power by 20%. Phuong Dich stared at his hands. "If I am a soul, why am I not a ghost?" A second later, his jaw dropped as a bunch of spirits started drifting right toward him. A girl's soul got close. He hesitated, asking her if she was the final pioneer who got caught in the graft. Phuong Dich's head spun when they all took a knee. He asked if they were looking for a way out. Phuong Dich realized these guys were long gone. They were just trapped energy signatures stuck in this absolute nightmare. They were running on empty. If the boss died, they would all just disappear into thin air. He unsheathed his blade and powered up. He knew exactly what he had to do next. Going out in a blaze of holy fire was the best exit for them. He swung his sword, letting out a massive wave of light. The dark soul took the hit and shrieked, "What the hell did you just do? It burns." "Fine, we will do it the hard way. I am going to chop off your arms and legs before I graft you." System alert, you just smashed a massive amount of dark energy with that single move. The Hell Seal just leveled up. The dark soul is now 50% weaker because you are a beast. Seal activated. The monster is down to 80%. She is hitting the limit of her power. She is at 99% weakness. Perfect timing. Phuong Dich pointed and yelled break, scaring the life out of her. As soon as he said it, a massive boom went off along with her final dying scream. No way. The sky started blowing up and everyone on the ground started losing their minds. Tran Duong was shaking. Could that noise mean the Wind Burial Master actually finished the Dark Freak off? Quang Luke was stunned by the massive power levels. He could not wrap his head around what he was seeing. How can a regular human body actually push itself to those crazy limits? He literally fused with max-level light energy. He looked like a golden sun god, crushing everything in his path. The shadows cleared out, and there was Phuong Dich, just mumbling to himself like a total boss. Guess this trip wasn't a total waste of time. The system confirmed the dark soul is officially toast. System check. No rejection between the host body and that dark energy attribute. Fusion is boosting his skills while the dark realm expands. Suddenly, Lin Hoa spoke up, saying she wanted in too. Phuong Dich jumped. Since when did this flower actually learn how to talk back to me? She didn't just talk. She gulped down his hand fire and actually bowed like she was super grateful. Thanks for the treat, master. Phuong Dich listened to her voice and figured she was definitely a girl. Ever since I hit the Vajra rank, she has been secretly leveling up in the background. Absorbing power used to be pure instinct, but now it is actually speaking to me. It is probably because of all that spiritual energy I soaked up in the infinite dark zone. After devouring those dark attributes, my aura has leveled up big time. A few minutes later, Fang Yi watches it crawl into his sleeve. He says, "Back to sleep already? Man, that is just weird. It is even lazier than before. I seriously need to find some time to study this thing." The sky finally clears up. Chen Yung shouts excitedly, "Thank God for Captain Feng. If he hadn't stepped in, our whole city would be straight up toast." Jiang Lu agrees. Feng really handled that dark energy once it started growing its own brain and acting out. I saw him save the entire city with my own eyes. I could die happy now. Just as he says that, a sudden blast of energy charges right at him. It moves fast as lightning. Before it hits Jiang Lu, someone steps in to block it. He is totally shook. A second later, he snaps, "What the hell just happened? Who did that?" Fang Yi is the one who saved him. He asks, "Wait, there is still one of those pests hanging around?" Chen Yang sees him and grins. "Master Feng, seriously, thank you so much for all your help today. Everyone in this city will remember what you did for us. We owe you one." Jiang Lu stares in awe. Looking at the craters in the ground, he thinks that attack was surgical. Perfect layout, total destruction. A flawless strike that the darkness could not even dodge. This man is a true legend, the only person in this era to reach such a godly level. He steps forward to shake hands and says, "Master Feng, you are the man. Thanks for cleaning up this mess. We fought those cult guys forever and could never get rid of this nightmare. You finally did it for us." Fang Yi whispers back, "Don't thank me yet. Be careful. Taking down the cult isn't the end. This city has stayed quiet so far, but that is about to change very soon. Compared to other places, you have been living in the past. But that is over now. This place is loaded with natural resources. Energy is returning everywhere, and a massive mutation could happen at any second. Just you wait." Hearing this, Chen Yang starts getting really nervous. He explains his plan. "We are ready. The Forbidden Zone is packed with energy, so we run patrols there every single day." Fang Yi nods. "One more thing. I thought I wiped out that dark consciousness, but one piece of it managed to slip away." He points at Jiang Lu and adds, "It almost hitched a ride on him." They all scream at once. "Wait, what? You are kidding, right?" Fang Yi turns to leave, then tells Chen Yang to take him to the Forbidden Zone. "I need to see it for myself. I can feel it. The big energy shift is coming to this city very soon." He agrees instantly. Fang Yi checks his phone and thinks, "I wanted to see her one last time, but I guess that will have to wait for later." Cut to the mountains. Chen Yang is driving through the forest, explaining the situation to the young master as they head uphill. This mountain road we are on is actually still in use today. Most of the forest is open, but the high energy spots are strictly off limits. By the way, you want to see some pandas later or grab hot pot? He thinks it over for a second and then gives his final answer. "Nah, let us focus on the mission first." He thinks about the ancient iron-eating beasts. People here are so chill, it is almost funny. But if a panda absorbs all that spiritual energy, what happens? Will they actually turn into the monsters described in those ancient scrolls? He spots something outside. Found it. Right over there. He bails out of the car while it is moving, ignoring Chen Yang yelling his name. Fang Yi says, "Block the road. I am heading up the mountain alone. Don't follow me." The driver stops and watches him go. He can't believe how fast the kid moves. Chen Yang mutters, How can I not feel anything at all? Meanwhile, Fang Yi dives deep into the woods, activating his powers. It is close. I can feel the lightning energy. The higher I climb, the stronger this resonance gets. He perches on a nearby branch to get a better look, scanning the area with sharp, focused eyes. Then, he wraps the tree in electricity. Suddenly, a massive bolt of lightning from the sky strikes his exact position. The system alerts him that a lightning barrier has been detected. Now that he knows, Fang Yi decides to smash the barrier. He unleashes his power, shouting, 100 rounds of divine thunder. In an instant, the whole sky is covered in sparks, but when the barrier doesn't break, he is totally shocked. Looking at the weird sky, he checks with the system. Massive amounts of lightning detected. It is the legendary weapon of the gods that never misses. Unstoppable and hitting every single shot perfectly. Judging enemies with pure majesty, every entrance brings a disaster. Danger is coming. Once he hears the intel, he loses it and slams his fist right into a tree branch. Phuong Dich lets out a war cry and channels lightning into his body. His electric power surges straight into the clouds. He is staring at a massive disaster or maybe a total level up. It is a coin toss between chaos and destiny. Phuong Dich's lightning energy is throwing hands with the wild storms hidden deep in the woods. It is a total stalemate, neither side giving an inch. Suddenly, the system pings with more data support, detecting a massive surge of lightning attributes nearby. Activating ultimate high-level calculation mode now. Compiling complete. You have unlocked the divine lightning limit break. Summon lightning tribulations, channel the storm, and shatter every single boundary. Shredding through the bottlenecks and pathways of old-school cultivation ranks. Maxing out your technique for total evolution and peak combat power, the system update has Phuong Dich buzzing with hype and pure disbelief. Limits are broken. From what I know, every power in this world has its own hard ceiling. Like, ranks need specific requirements before you can even think about leveling up. Sometimes you break through, and sometimes you just fail miserably. Same with techniques. You need a massive amount of spiritual energy to max out the damage and start making upgrades. He looks down at his hand with a smirk, decides to test it out, and says, but this divine lightning limit break seems to just throw those rules out the window. It can summon storms to forge my body, boosting my ranks and powers at the same time. At least, that is what he is telling himself. Plus, the intel says this lightning can wipe out enemies while acting like a brutal test from the heavens. The power level is legendary and totally reliable. Who would have guessed that some random, basic-looking mountains would actually hide a massive secret trump card as insane as this? After fighting for a bit, he spots some weird movement at the peak and gets instantly alert. He decides to scout it out, thinking the peak is vibrating with power. The source is right there. Gotta go check. Honestly, this lightning doesn't even feel scary to me anymore. Once he arrives, he sees a glowing spot of pure electric light. The system pings with an alert, announcing that a massive lightning throne has just descended into this world. This throne holds ancient spiritual power that wakes up as the world's energy levels start to recover. It is hunting for a worthy master. He is confused, thinking, a lightning throne looking for a boss? He immediately tries to claim the lightning throne, but just inches away, his body freezes up with a sharp grunt. He can't take it. The system confirms the bad news. The lightning throne already has a master and is blocking him. He spots a gourd vine and hesitates for a second. This is the gourd vine? He thinks to himself, I can't believe this throne chose a literal plant as its master. Honestly, since the energy started coming back, everything has its own destiny. You can't look down on anything anymore. Even random flowers and weeds in this era can grow into legendary beings that you really shouldn't mess with. Just then, Lin Hoa pops out and asks, Master, were you calling for me, or what? Phuong Dich is shocked, asking what is up. Before he can react, Lin Hoa just walks right up to the gourd. He thinks to himself, it looks like the gourd vine sensed Lin Hoa and decided to start a little conversation on its own. He stands back and watches. The gourd vine sways gently while Lin Hoa just keeps nodding her head. A few seconds later, Lin Hoa turns and says, Master, it is saying hi. It says we are the first of its kind it has ever run into. It wants to be friends with us. He responds with a confused, oh, then gives a fake laugh and says, same kind, huh? Then another thought hits him. I mean, Lin Hoa being the same kind makes total sense, right? But am I counted as a plant too? Maybe it is because I am carrying the same vibe as that lightning throne. Lin Hoa keeps explaining that the vine can't leave yet. Apparently, it absorbed way too much energy and went into a deep sleep. When it finally woke up, it was already transformed into this. He looks at the gourd and whispers, oh, so that is how it really went down. The gourd vine hit the jackpot and needs time to digest it all. Once it finishes that process, it will evolve just like Lin Hoa and reach a terrifying power level. Even so, Phuong Dich steps up and says, hello there, Master of the Lightning Throne. Right then, he has a change of heart. Even if it sucks that he was one step too late, he can't use the lightning throne, but there is no need to steal it. For one, making friends with awakened beings is a pretty good move. Second, the throne already has a master. Trying to take it by force would definitely cost him way too much. This gourd vine might be the master of lightning, but it actually seems pretty chill and harmless. It's actually talking to us, so it's not some world-ending disaster. As for this throne thing, no way, it's the only one in Hoang Sun City. There's gotta be more. If I want a throne of my own, I need to choose wisely. This chance could lead to the gourd vine or something much weirder. A massive power boost like this? If the monsters get their hands on it, humanity is straight up toasted. The future just got a whole lot tougher. I can't gatekeep this intel. I need to hit up the Aura Association and the military district so they can prep for whatever's coming next. But think about it, what if I could snag more than just one of those thrones? Now that would be a total game changer. Then Lin Hoa looks at me and says, "Master, it wants you to head west." I'm like, "Say what now?" And she starts explaining the whole deal. Apparently, its throne picked up a signal. A brand new one just dropped out west, and this one has a wood attribute vibe to it. I look at the gourd vine and say, "Thanks for the tip, buddy. We're heading out." But before I can even move, the vine suddenly wraps around my leg like a trap. I'm totally confused. Luckily, Lin Hoa jumps in to translate. "Wait a second, master. It says you need to hang on for a moment. Try out the new cultivation method. The lightning energy here is absolutely insane. The results are going to blow your mind, I promise." "Oh, so that's the plan? Fine by me. I'm not going to turn down a power-up." I quickly take a seat to start the process. As I start training, I realize this gourd vine is a real one. It actually treats me like a friend. It's being way too helpful. It's even sharing this massive lightning energy source with me. A few seconds later, the power hits its peak and I can't help but scream out, "Divine lightning limit." I'm hyped. I whisper to myself, "All right, let's see exactly how far this crazy lightning power can actually push my stats. Time to level up." My body starts warping and shifting. The thunder around me is getting louder and more aggressive by the second. It's getting real. A few minutes in, I suddenly yell, "Golden sun, breathing." In a split second, a massive pillar of energy blasts straight into the clouds above. I look up and grit my teeth. Is this what a lightning tribulation feels like? I can feel the raw power surging through my limbs like a flood, but my golden sun energy is soaking it all up fast. The two powers aren't fighting at all. Instead, they're making me feel warm. It's like my soul just stepped into a whole new dimension. The more I think about it, the more curious I get. A few minutes pass and the system pings me. My golden sun breathing just broke the limit. It's evolving into something even more powerful right now. Evolution complete. I stare at my hands in total disbelief. As I start floating in midair, the system announces a new skill, the Divine Sun Heaven Devouring Method. I've basically become a human sun, sucking up aura from the world. My ability to absorb and devour energy just went through the roof. Then, out of nowhere, it starts pouring rain. I spread my arms, feeling the raw power flowing through me, and think, man, this feels absolutely incredible. It's like standing in a lush green field, letting the cleanest, purest rain in the world just wash over you. It's a total vibe. Pure energy is flooding my entire system. It feels super refreshing, like I'm charged up with more life than I've ever had before. Massive forests, golden rain, all the spiritual power is zooming right toward me. But while I'm soaking it all in, I suddenly realize something that catches me off guard. No way. Seriously? Why does it feel like I'm already standing right at the doorstep of the 2-star diamond realm? This is insane. Right then, it feels like some massive, hidden entity has appeared out of nowhere, and it's staring directly at me with a heavy gaze. The system pings again. Extreme sun and void lightning have combined to cleanse my divine veins. I'm inches away from hitting that 2-star diamond rank. The breakthrough is happening now. I just can't stop grinning. I tell myself, this is moving way faster than I thought. Let's go. I'm putting everything I've got into this level up. I don't care about the pain ripping through my body. I just want that win. And just like I hoped, the system chimes in to confirm it. I officially hit 2-star diamond status. No more dreaming, it's actually happening. Once the training settles down, I take a deep breath. I really did it. I actually stepped into the 2-star diamond realm for real. Being a pioneer means your whole job is absorbing the pure essence of spiritual energy from the world around you. Simple, right? But you can't just shove all that raw power into your body. You have to refine it so your human shell can actually handle it without exploding into pieces. Only by training in high-level methods and raising your rank can you actually make that whole energy conversion process work any better. With spiritual energy just starting to recover, the world is packed with weird anomalies and messy pollution everywhere you look. It's chaotic. Even so, the strongest humans out there are still stuck at the 3-star diamond rank. That's the current ceiling. That just proves how brutal it is to turn energy into actual strength. Yet here I am, hitting 2-star diamond rank like it's nothing. I'm moving way too fast, and now this throne thing is popping up too. Once I think it through, I'm certain now the era of spiritual recovery is moving at light speed, way faster than anyone guessed. Right as I'm thinking that, Lin Hoa pops up to find me again. Master, I'm a bit surprised to see her. She starts relaying a message from the gourd vine, giving me a big congrats for finally ranking up. Apparently, the pressure from my level up was so intense that even the throne had to start its own training session just to keep up. It's getting dark, and it wants us to clear out soon. Turns out, this thing is actually pretty terrified of other humans like me. Go figure. I can't really blame it. I mean, I definitely caused a massive scene with all that lightning. Best if we bounce. Word about the throne needs to reach the association and the war zone fast, but this vine is totally chill. If vultures start circling, it is going to get really messy. Phuong Dich knows this throne power is a magnet for trouble. The pioneers are going to be at each other's throats. But seriously, why do these guys just assume the throne has to belong to humanity? It is kind of arrogant. Finally, Phuong Dich makes a promise to the vine. Don't sweat it, buddy. I won't let my kind come here and hijack your throne. Since it cannot leave this spot, we just have to say our goodbyes for now. Hopefully we will cross paths again someday. Cut to the Thunderlord in the Spirit Zone. Lam rushes over to find him. Hey, old man Wu, have you heard the crazy news yet? Head office just picked up some weird spikes in Chuan City. It is like a 3-star diamond rank level, coming from 2 different energy sources. So, what is the Grave Sealer's take on this? She spills everything she knows to old man Wu right then and there. He just hit level 2 diamond rank. Plus, there is this insane S-rank energy spike coming from something they are calling a throne. Because this thing is so weird, he wants us to take over the investigation and figure out what the throne actually is. He just stands there, totally silent. Lam is getting curious and asks, "What? Are you not even a little bit shocked by this?" Old Wu looks down, clearly feeling the pressure. This massive mana surge was always coming. Even a special break like the throne was already on our radar. You have been stuck at that half-step diamond rank for a long time now, haven't you? In the last few days, have you felt any of that intense power pushing you toward a breakthrough? Right now, every pioneer is hitting their limits. It is peak season for weird energy stuff, and everyone is trying to break through their own walls. Honestly, I feel like I am right on the edge of a breakthrough myself. Her eyes go wide. Wait, what did you just say? He quickly explains things to her. When the mana explodes like this, both the risks and the rewards get way more unpredictable. We are pioneers, but we are also soldiers. Our mission is to charge into the danger zones first and turn them into safe harbors for everyone. Even if it costs us everything, the country has to grab this opportunity while it is still on the table, and an old man like me isn't about to just sit on the sidelines. Then, old Wu clenches his fist with total resolve. We cannot just let the Grave Sealer take the throne. Our pioneers need to get in there and fight with everything we have to win it. Then he barks out an order. Tell everyone to coordinate with the Grave Sealer and the Thai City Association. We are moving out. We need to link up with every single ally we can find right now. Sure, some pioneers have their own greedy agendas, but under pressure from us and the association, they won't have much of a choice. Cut to headquarters. Vu Nu gets the word and tells the team, "We just got the intel about the throne from the Grave Sealer himself. We are running a full scan on every spot where a throne might pop up or where the energy is acting totally whack. Call in every city captain right now." Deep down, though, she is feeling a massive wave of anxiety about the whole situation. She thinks, "This is moving way too fast. Things are hitting a breaking point. Can we actually make it through this mess?" Over at the Thai City Association, the president takes a call and then just starts yelling in total shock. He hit level 2 diamond rank already? No way. Okay, I get it. This changes the game for all of us. We need to support the Grave Sealer and keep this city locked down so he can do his thing over in Chuan City. Thanh Huynh hears the news and smiles. Did the Grave Sealer really hit level 2 diamond? The president does not hold anything back. Yep, level 2 diamond puts him right behind old Wu. He is officially the second strongest in the country. This is huge for our city. Since you have already hit that half-step diamond rank too, Thanh Huynh just scratches her head, feeling a little bit embarrassed. Honestly, this mana explosion is just completely off the charts. I totally did not see this coming. I was being way too cocky about my own progress just a couple of days ago. The president agrees. If this city hits another disaster like that or something even worse, we are going to be in some serious trouble. We have to step up and protect this city so we don't hold the Grave Sealer back. Flash forward 10 hours later to Chuan City. Captains from all over are gathering while Vu Nu leads an emergency meeting, breaking down every clue the Grave Sealer recently provided to us. HQ has been scanning the entire planet for these weird energy spikes and abnormal mana fluctuations to see what is really going on. They found over 20 similar cases worldwide, but they haven't confirmed if they are all directly linked to these thrones just yet. Right here at home, we have pinpointed 7 spots that look just like that. Hearing that, the level 1 diamond captain from Phuong City kicks his feet up on the table. So, we have 7 thrones? But with all these pioneers sitting around, how does the association plan on splitting the loot up? Then the half-step diamond captain from High City, Phuong Lam, speaks up quietly. Hey, this is a meeting. Get your feet off the table. Annoyed at being called out, he snaps. Just who do you think you are, wanting the throne? The Storm Squad captain flexes his power. He grips his teacup tight, teeth gritting in anger. So what? Name one person in this room who does not want that power. Their beef makes the whole room feel heavy and tense. Meanwhile, Vu Nu just sits there, keeping her mouth shut and watching. Then there is Tran Ya, acting all quiet before kicking his feet up. He shoots Phuong Lam a smug, taunting grin while laughing. Our big shot Wind Barrier has the same element as you. You really think that throne is actually going to fall into your hands? Honestly, how did a loser like you even end up as the captain for Sea City anyway? Tell me that. He lets his power flare, snapping. No class at all. Before things get ugly, Vu Nu steps in and shouts for them to stop. Storm and Sea captains, sit your butts down. No fighting allowed during this meeting. Right after she speaks, a strange feeling hits. A massive wave of pressure hits the room, pinning everyone down. Vu Nu and the others are completely stunned by the sudden force. Locked in place, Phuong Lam panics internally. What the hell is this? This pressure is absolutely terrifying. I can barely breathe right now. Then, the sound of footsteps echoes through the hall. The storm captain looks toward the source of the power, wondering, who is that? Is it old man Wu from the spirit zone? This terrifying power feels like a tier 3 diamond realm. But why is he here? Could it be him? But he is dead wrong. The guy walking in is actually Phuong Dich, looking as calm as ever. He just waves and says, hey everyone, looks like I am the only one late today. My bad for keeping you waiting. She spots him and sighs, Wind Barrier, you finally made it. The captain glares, thinking, wait, why does his presence make me feel so small? What is going on? So this guy is the legendary Wind Barrier everyone has been talking about? Seconds later, Phuong Dich asks in a low voice, can someone tell me what just happened here? He stares right at the storm captain. The storm captain tries to play it cool in front of Phuong Dich, letting out a fake, loud laugh to hide his fear. Nothing at all, man. We were just talking. Phuong Dich just stares back at him with a look of pure disgust and annoyance. A second later, Phuong Dich snaps his fingers, using his special power to teach this clown a lesson in how to be polite. Frozen and unable to move, the storm captain fumes. How is this possible? I am a tier 1 Diamond Realm expert. Why can I not budge? After shutting down the troublemaker, he heads to the main seat at the head of the table to get the meeting back on track. All right then. He nods to Phuong Lam and the others. Long time no see. Phuong Lam greets him back with a big, happy smile. Been a while. Wind Barrier, we just got word about the throne and we're just hashing out the details of the situation. He sits down, getting serious. I am here today to give you the real tea on what is actually happening with the throne. Since I am part of the Spirit Union too, I am not planning on keeping any of you guys in the dark. The throne appeared on a wild mountain peak over in Chuan City, right out in the middle of nowhere. It packs world-shaking thunder power, but here is the crazy part. The creature it chose as its master is just a simple gourd vine. Hearing that, the whole room erupts in total shock. A gourd vine? You have got to be kidding me right now. Zhao Xiao loses it and jumps up. That throne holds ancient power, and it is being held by a weed? That is a total insult to heaven. Vu Heng chimes in right away. Exactly. A relic like that belongs in the hands of someone who is actually competent and strong. Even the storm captain stands up, shouting, I say we seize the throne now and use it to level up our own squad's power. If the world finds out our country's throne is being guarded by a plant, we are going to be the biggest joke on earth. But Phuong Dich shuts that down instantly. Yeah, I don't think so. I am not agreeing to that. I am making this clear. If anyone tries to steal that thunder throne, I will personally come for you and take it back. Silence hits. A moment later, a hand shoots up in the air. It is none other than Tran Yuok, looking ready to speak. She backs him up, saying, I agree with the Wind Barrier. Vu Nu also decides to stand with Phuong Dich on this one. I am in too. But let me add this. Do not underestimate these plants. They are getting some serious love from the world's energy. Based on what the Chuan City Spirit Union found right before you guys got here, things have taken a very dangerous turn. The area where the Thunder Throne landed has turned into a literal lightning hell. Nobody can even get close to it without dying. Phuong Lam thinks it over and raises his hand. I am with the Wind Barrier and the Sea Mystic. Count me in on this. The others fall in line one by one. Fine by me. Let's just focus on finding the next throne then. No more fighting. Vu Nu finally exhales as things calm down. She thinks, having the Wind Barrier on our side is a total game changer for us. For the Spirit Union, trying to keep all these top-tier pioneers on a leash is definitely no walk in the park right now. She turns back to the map. If there are no more complaints, let's start handing out assignments to find that throne immediately. Based on the spirit energy vibes, we are splitting into 4 directions. Every city captain needs to pick the closest spot and get moving right now. As for the fight over that unclaimed throne, the Spirit Union won't jump in first. But nobody, and I mean nobody, is allowed to hide any intel on that hidden throne's location. Just then, an assistant bursts in panicking. Report. Latest news, the Thunderlord's evolution is complete, and our high-tech drones cannot even get near it right now. All the power readings are still spiking like crazy. This is insane. The Thunderlord's energy just hit the 3rd level of the Diamond Realm. The Phuong City captain screamed, totally losing his mind right now. Say what? Vu Hung barked, totally terrified. 3rd level Diamond Realm? That means even Wang Lan is sweating. This beast has the power to rule the whole country easily. Fang Yi stayed silent, his mind already racing. 3rd level Diamond Realm. Since that throne is packed with ancient energy, it isn't really a total surprise. He quickly pulled out his phone to check the local weather forecast. The screen shows Suyen City at 11 degrees Celsius today with thunderstorms. Tomorrow, 9 degrees Celsius. Heavy thunderstorms, then down to 5 degrees Celsius. Just endless storms everywhere, Fang Yi whispered to himself. If it can finish evolving, maybe I should head back to the mountain too. Thinking that, he announced loudly, "This meeting is over now. Good luck to all you pioneers. I hope you successfully grab that throne." After the meeting ended, Vu Nu walked over to Fang Yi. "Wind Barrier, headquarters hopes you can stay in Suyen City for a little while." He just made a confused face and grunted at her. Vu Nu quickly explained, "We are worried that some rogue pioneers will still try to attack the Thunder Throne very soon. Plus, even though the Dark Intelligence incident is over, Fang Yi knew where she was going and cut in. Everyone thinks that Dark Intelligence might not be totally destroyed yet, don't they?" Vu Nu nodded instantly. Exactly. Both the Dark Intelligence and the throne were born from the energy boom. The throne has unmatched ancient power, but let us ignore that for now. We saw the Dark Intelligence get destroyed with our own eyes, but we are still worried that some small remnant of it survived. Since it is weak and can't leave Zuyen City, it's a huge threat to this whole area. Fang Yi checked his phone once more. On the screen, the caller ID showed the name Auntie. He looked at Vu Nu and said, "You are right. Better to be prepared. I was thinking the same thing anyway. I won't leave Shuyen City yet." Scene change. Fang Yi finally makes it to the Thunder Forbidden Zone on Hong Mountain. Watching the lightning strike over and over, he thought, "All this power, it is like a massive welcome party for me. Today, I'm going to use this intense lightning energy to forge and level up my personal combat skills." Fang Yi walked up to the gourd vine and shouted a greeting. "Long time no see. You're training even faster than I am now," it replied. "Thanks for your help." He was completely stunned and asked it back. "Wait, me? Really?" Fang Yi thought to himself, the Thunder Lord is finally starting to develop some real intelligence. That makes sense, since he has reached the peak of human pioneer power levels. A moment later, it explained, "The throne told me something. It predicted you would be the one to save me from disaster, so I want to give you some spirit power. I was worried you would not come back." Then, Lin Hoa suddenly popped in too. "Don't forget me, I'm here too." Fang Yi whispered his thoughts out loud. "Actually, I was planning on doing that anyway, so I will accept your very kind offer." He sat down immediately while Lin Hoa ran over to the gourd vine. Lin Hoa and the gourd vine released their energy to help him train. Minutes later, he muttered to himself, "Time to practice the red fire blade. Let's use red fire blade." As the blade appeared above his head, he yelled, "Right now!" Suddenly, the red fire blade exploded with lightning. The system pinged, detected a massive surge of thunder and lightning power all around. Red fire blade technique requires matching energy to evolve. The red fire blade evolution is now in progress. Fang Yi struggled to control his own strength to fuse it with the red fire blade technique. As the two sources of power finally merged, he screamed out in pure agony. Then, the system announced, "Red fire blade technique evolution was successful." Fang Yi finally unlocked the red fire thunder fire secret technique. A second later, he threw out a palm strike to test the insane power of this new secret. While Fang Yi was busy training, the system kept spamming him with new notifications. After being forged by heavenly tribulation lightning, the Thunderfire secret has pushed the red fire blade technique way past its limits. The internal flame attribute is now upgraded to the yang attribute, strengthening another level, evolving into the Thunderfire attribute. Blade tempering is 100% complete. Strengthening finished. Suddenly, a massive blast of fire erupted from the mountain peak. Scene change right now. Watching this whole scene unfold through the computer screen, Tran Nurk's eyes popped wide in total shock. That fire. It belongs to the Wind Barrier. Wang Lan was confused and replied, Wait, isn't that the Thunder Throne's forbidden zone right there? Is there some kind of drama going on between those two? Captain Fong's getting salty and jealous. He's snapping, asking if that guy's blocking us just to hoard the prize himself. Vu Heng checks the scene and shuts that down fast. No way. The Wind Gravedigger already said the Thunderlord is his homie. Cut to the Suyen City Union. As the screen flashes a red alert, Liu Bao shouts out the report immediately. Warning. Energy spikes at the throne are off the charts. Nobody is allowed to set foot inside the forbidden zone. Chen Yang looks on in total shock. He's wondering what the hell the Wind Gravedigger is actually doing in there. Is he really throwing down with the throne? Cut to Fang Yi, his hand gripping the red fire blade art. He's hyped, thinking to himself, nice. The red fire blade art has finally evolved. The blade itself has been through 100 refinements, and now the system's dropping intel on the Spirit Flower. The Spirit Flower's intellect and core powers are peaking. It hangs out and chats with the throne for a bit. Then, the Spirit Flower bounces back to Fang Yi, yelling, Master, the throne is chill. Let's go find the next one. He quickly asks the gourd vine if the new throne has appeared. It tells Fang Yi, My friend, you are truly a good person. Congrats on your new breakthrough. During that last training session, I actually felt a strange connection to something new. A new throne is descending. It carries an aura that perfectly balances and counters my own energy. He glances at the flower and thinks, if it counters the Spirit Flower, we must be looking for a wood throne. A moment later, the gourd vine slowly explains that the new throne is descending in a specific location. I can sense its rough location and send you the signal. It immediately activates its power to guide Fang Yi forward. He closes his eyes to focus. Once he picks up the trail, Fang Yi smirks and says, I see it. Scene change. After arriving at a brand new city, he feels a sense of familiarity and mutters, This is Wind City. From what he knows, Nguyen City is an autonomous spot 2 hours from Suyen City, famous for being fancy and high-end. But it's also a total mess of mixed crowds and chaos. It used to have the highest crime rate in all of Xia State. Cut to Fang Yi strolling through the downtown streets of Nguyen City. He's deep in thought. With spiritual energy recovering, the Union's progress on setting up a branch here has been super slow, mostly because the local gangs keep getting in the way. Since no pioneers want to join the Union, there obviously isn't a captain for the second Nguyen City branch yet. Suddenly, Fang Yi stops. He scans the area and asks if the flower sensed it. It nods, pointing straight toward the west now. Cut to a mansion in the west, glowing with lights. There's a pool inside where some guy is currently taking a swim. Jiang Huan rushes in, yelling for young Master Jiang. He whispers in his ear, and Jiang suddenly snaps. A pioneer is here? The local crime boss throws on a robe and laughs. So what? Nobody can touch me in this city. They won't cause any trouble in Wind City. Just then, a massive explosion rocks the place, leaving him totally stunned and confused. A massive ball of mana starts swelling up, lighting up the entire night sky like a second sun. Violent winds follow, making everyone freak out and start screaming in total panic. Even Jiang looks stressed. He's not letting anyone trash his turf, so he barks an order. Let's go. I want to see who's got the balls to start a fight on my head like this. Cut to 2 minutes later. Jiang and Zhang Huan have finally reached the scene. Meanwhile, Fang Yi is searching, thinking it's right ahead. While he's focused, a guy charges in, screaming at him, Who dares to trespass on young Master Jiang's private property right now? Watching the punch fly at his face, Fang Yi scoffs, private property? He catches it with one hand, making the guy scream in shock. What the hell? Fang Yi snaps back at him. This entire mountain range is part of Xia State territory, you idiot. It belongs to all the people of Nguyen City and will be managed by the Union soon. And you've got the nerve to call this private land? With that, Fang Yi lets Zhong Huan taste his Thunderfire True Solution power. Meanwhile, the throne is wrapping around Jiang, making him freak out. He screams, You can't reject me. I'm the king of this city. You showed up here, so you belong to me. I am sitting on that throne. It is mine. If you refuse, don't you dare blame me for what happens. I'll even destroy you if I have to. Fang Yi hears this and just gives a cold laugh. Jiang snaps, Who is there? Fang Yi calmly puts a hand on his shoulder and says, This level of treasure chooses its own master. To sit on the throne and be the Wood Lord, you are clearly not qualified. Jiang screams in a total rage, I'm not qualified? Fang Yi ignores the guy and stalks toward the throne for some payback, while Kano rolls up screaming his lungs out. You're dead meat today. But just as he is about to swing at Fang Yi, he freezes up, face turning totally pale with fear. Kano is shaking in his boots because he spotted Spirit Flower. Suddenly, the big mouth has absolutely nothing left to say. Meanwhile, Fang Yi is chill, saying, Your guards are trash. Is the big shot of Nguyen City really this much of a weakling? Right then, the wood throne starts vibrating for battle. A notification pops up. Wood Throne is pairing with a master. Successful match with Spirit Flower. A massive pillar of energy shoots into the sky, visible from all across Shuyan City. That green glow lights up the whole night sky. Wang Lan realizes it is the Wood Throne, and it has already claimed its master. If those Nguyen City pioneers grabbed it first, things are going to get messy. Vu Nu hits up the kid's phone immediately to check. The wind barrier is on the line. Feng Yi picks up. Every pioneer in Shuyan City probably saw that crazy throne energy pulse. Just letting everyone know, the Wood Throne is officially taken. She starts putting the pieces together as the truth hits her. Wait, did you take the throne? Feng Yi says. The new Wood Lord isn't human, it's a plant. My spirit flower, actually. Go ahead and leak it. I also control the desolate attribute. I raised this spirit flower myself. How should I put it? It's my spirit pet. I took out that ghost lantern back in Yanghuo town. Plus, I already handled those Nguyen City thugs and their boss. Spirit Alliance can go ahead and set up base in Nguyen City now. As for his crew, you guys can clean that mess up later. It is a long project. He hangs up and praises Spirit Flower. Not bad, kid. You've got some luck. But you are stuck here for now. Guess this is where we part ways for a bit. Watching how Spirit Flower reacts, he cannot help but think it feels like dropping a kid off at school for the first time. It asks in a soft voice, Master, when am I allowed to come back and be by your side again? Feng Yi figures, probably once you hit the Vajra realm. Keep grinding your training and enjoy this opportunity while it lasts, kid. Next day, Lin Yi is brought in by the Tai City Spirit Alliance. She is stoked that her cousin's flower is the new Wood Throne master. The word is spreading through the pioneer community fast. I cannot believe he even leaked the secret about his own desolate attribute too. She walks into the room and sees 4 big shots sitting there. She is annoyed, but then the Spirit Alliance guy starts talking. They want to nominate me as the captain of Nguyen City, even though they promised to give me all the backup I need. Lin Yi just sighs and rubs her aching temples. All she can do for now is watch how things play out from here. She is not even sure she can handle this much responsibility. First things first, go visit Mom. Life in Shuyan City should be pretty chill, right? Right as she leaves, the ground starts shaking. Everyone is panicking and running like crazy. Earthquake. It is an earthquake. Get to the shelter. But Lin Yi knows something is off. This spiritual energy surge is a total mutation. Back at the Shuyan City Spirit Alliance, news breaks. Everyone is confused because a breakthrough mutation is happening, which is super weird. Why didn't we sense it coming? And why didn't the warning system trigger? The assistant rushes in to give the report to Vu Nu. We are in trouble. A massive spiritual energy riot just hit the Sun Lam Forbidden Zone. Levels are spiking, but there was zero warning. The mountain beast soaked up that energy and mutated. Now they are forming a pack and charging straight for the heart of Shuyan City. The beast horde is tearing through the city while people are screaming their heads off. Help! That monster is huge! We are all going to die! Lin Yi is right in the middle of it, trying to escape. She calls her mom, but no luck. Sorry, the number you dialed is currently unavailable. Please try again later. Oh no, Mom, please be okay. The beast spits out a blinding flash of fire. Lin Yi looks back, stunned, as a beam of raw power strikes down and rips the beast in half. She gasps. This energy is. Then she sees Feng Yi approaching and spills the news. Shuyan City is mutating for real and I cannot reach my mom. Hurry, we have to find her now. Inside the city supermarket, the whole place is in ruins. Daddy, Mommy! A little boy stands in the ruined supermarket, shaking and crying out. Where is everyone? He tries to hold back the tears, but the fear is too much. Little Xiao Hao drops to his knees and just starts sobbing. Feng Yi's aunt quickly covers the boy's mouth and whispers, Hey, little guy, if you keep crying, the monsters will find us and eat us up. Xiao Hao is still teary, whispering about his parents. She smiles and holds up some snacks. The kid starts to calm down. You love these the most. Fang Hong tells him gently, so stop crying for now. Once someone comes to rescue us, I will let you eat the whole thing, okay? Think of it as a reward for being brave. Just as they lower their guard, a beast stalks toward them. Its eyes are glowing red and it looks vicious. It lets out a roar and lunges at them. Fang Hong grabs the kid and runs like her life depends on it. But then, she accidentally trips over a bottle rolling across the floor. Both hit the dirt hard. Phuong Hong clutched Tiu Hao tight as those razor-sharp claws were about to shred them both. Phuong Hong screamed, You filthy beast! You are dead meat! I am taking you down with me today. The beast Phuong Dich defeated stepped in just in time to shield them. He checked in, asking if everyone was okay. Phuong Dich looked at the kid in her arms. Tiu Hao stared back, confused, while Phuong Dich spotted the snack in his hand. That rice cake. Memories flooded back of visiting the graves and living with his aunt when he was just a little kid. She used to bring these to cheer him up. Then, Phuong Hong called his name, snapping him back to reality. It is Little Dich. He asked about the boy, and his aunt started to explain the whole situation to him. The supermarket was total chaos earlier. This kid must have lost his parents, so she wanted to help. Suddenly, Lam Wai rushed over, screaming for her mom. Phuong Hong was stunned. Wai Wai threw her arms around her. Mom, you seriously scared the life out of me. Phuong Hong smiled, saying she was fine and unhurt. He watched the reunion from the side. Then the boy grabbed his sleeve and called him a superhero. He looked down at Tu Hao. To this kid, he was a straight-up hero. Are you a real superhero? He asked. Take this gift. Can you please get me back to my home? Phuong Dich picked up the rice cake. Well, you should try making a wish on this thing. It will grant your wish to see your family again. Just as he said it, he felt a massive threat from behind. Phuong Dich grabbed the kid and leaped back. A huge hole blasted through the nearby wall. He squinted to see whatever just made that move. Judging by that massive, hulking frame, Phuong Dich knew instantly this was the king of the beasts. Danger returned after the reunion as a dark aura choked the air. He thought, perfect. It looks like I am the main target of this monster. Since I have the most spirit power, this gives me some room. At least the others will be a lot safer now. Phuong Dich barked orders at Lam Wai, telling her to get the other two out of there fast. I cannot go all out otherwise. Just stay sharp and stay safe. She nodded, saying she got it. When it roared at Phuong Dich, he realized it had both thunder and wood attributes. What a coincidence. Those matched the powers of the two thrones exactly. The Beast King lunged forward to grab Phuong Dich, but he raised his sword just in time to meet it. Looking at its surging energy, it was clear the beast was corrupted by darkness. The king began sizing up its prey. It threw a massive punch, baring its jagged teeth as it lunged straight for Phuong Dich. He raised his sword while the beast let out a deafening howl. Lam Wai tried to escape with her mom, but then another Beast King blocked their path. She cursed under her breath, realizing there were actually two Beast Kings. Phuong Hong clutched Tu Hao from behind, while she was protected by a soft glow of spiritual energy. Wai Wai told her mom to stay calm and trust her. She lunged forward to attack, yelling that she was her mother's daughter. That Beast King gathered energy and blasted her with wood power. Its other hand was also dripping with a dangerous green aura of wood energy. It aimed right for Phuong Hong while she was distracted, struggling to block a completely different set of incoming attacks. She analyzed the fight. Since they both used wood attributes, she had no real advantage against this ugly beast. If she rushed in blindly, her mom and the kid would die. Lam Wai had a plan. She shouted, "Eating those two won't make you stronger. Come and eat me instead." Back at the Spirit Union monitoring room in Shuyan City, the staff panicked when they saw the incoming data. How is this even happening? Just one Beast King is already a serious S-class disaster on its own. 2 red dots appeared on the screen. Shuyan City had 2 of them, and those anomaly levels were spiking higher every single second. Even though the Pathfinders were already helping civilians, Shuyan City was about to be wiped off the map. A Pathfinder from inside the city sent an urgent report back. Tons of monsters are breaking through the restricted zone and swarming into Shuyan City from the mountains right now. Can the Spirit Union headquarters get some help here any faster? Upgrading the disaster level. Requesting emergency priority backup. Someone stood there shocked, saying the sealer had told them something else. A pillar of light shot down from the sky. They realized that was the exact spot where a throne was descending. Back to Phuong Dich. Dust and smoke filled the air while the ground lay in total ruins all around him. He stepped on the Beast King's head and asked, "Did you crawl out from the mountains? You know the gourd vine?" Dark clouds swirled above as lightning crashed down. He looked up in total shock and muttered that it was absolutely impossible. Could this monster outbreak really be caused by the Master of the Thunder Throne? If that is the case, it means owning a throne might be a massive danger to any Pathfinder who is not me. But according to the system notifications, the throne was supposed to be a total win with absolutely 0 downsides. So what is the catch here? Over with Lam Wai, things were looking extremely grim as the Beast King raised its claws. She shielded herself inside a glowing orb of energy. You seriously think I am just going to sit here and let you eat me? Lin Yi narrowed her eyes, staring the beast down. She snapped, "You want them? You will have to go through me first." Her power flared as she glared. "Only one of us is walking away from this, you monster." Right then, the sky started acting up even worse than before. A throne and a gourd vine suddenly dropped from the clouds. "No way," someone gasped. "It is the Thunder Throne! The big boss is finally here." Everyone stared at the gourd. "Yo, what is that thing?" Man, it was just one massive long sprout reaching across the sky. Fang Yi watched the show while the other monsters growled at their shivering king. The kid looked like he was straight up terrified. Looks like these guys just hijacked the throne's power to mutate. They were not actually taking orders from the Master of Thunder. This giant tree latched onto a skyscraper. Its branches started spreading out, and suddenly, these gourds began popping up everywhere. This weird green mist started leaking from the fruit, heading straight for the Beast King. The vines wrapped that beast up tight. The massive monster shrank down until it looked like a harmless little kitten. Then, the Thunderlord sounded almost sorry. My bad, buddy. I just leveled up my cultivation and finally got to leave the mountain. Sorry for the absolute chaos. These little punks are a pain. Can I just take them back to the mountain instead of finishing them off? Everyone watching the monitors was floored. Was the Master of Thunder actually apologizing to the wind barrier? So, it was not on purpose. While everyone was arguing, I was just staring at that gourd vine. How did it get that powerful? That thunder energy straight up purified the Beast King right then and there. How insane is the power of that throne? Man, if I could get recognized by it, my life would be set. Still, seeing a heavy hitter like the Thunder Master bow to the wind barrier was something else. Maybe it is time we really took a look at how strong the wind barrier actually is. Crisis averted. The next day at the Chuan City Spirit Association, the big talk was all about what was happening worldwide. He said the quiet days are over, but do not worry. The association and the feds are doing everything to keep folks safe. Fang Hong got the picture and started panicking. So, we are not all gonna go extinct, right? Chen Yang just smiled. Why so gloomy? Look, the wind barrier has already shut down plenty of these disasters. Even that S-rank freak king was shaking in his boots before he finally got taken out for good. Plus, your daughter is a total legend now. Yuan City is even trying to recruit her as a team captain. She sat by Lin Yi and said softly, "You kids have really been through it lately." Saying stuff like that during a literal apocalypse does not really make a person feel better. I am just worried they are exhausted or banged up. What happens if they actually have to give it all one day? He changed the subject. Forget that. Where were Jiang Lu and his guys when everything hit the fan? Oh, them? I sent those guys to the spirit hospital, but the nurse told me something weird. They bailed in the middle of the night, said they needed to get stronger and felt like total losers. Word is Jiang Lu was super twitchy in the hospital, begging to leave and train. Just then, someone rushed in, yelling for Xiao Hao. The kid's eyes lit up. "Mom! Dad!" While the dad hugged him tight, the mom was a mess of tears. "You saved our boy. Thank you, seriously. You saved his life. And our whole family." They bowed as the mom kept talking. "We are just regular people with no special powers or anything. But if you ever need a hand, we are there in a heartbeat. Thanks again." Lin Yi just shrugged. "No biggie, just doing my job." The family headed out. Fang Yi suddenly remembered and asked, "Hey auntie, you want to come back to Tai City with us?" They hopped a flight back home. In Tai City, a whole crowd was waiting with welcome banners. "Welcome home." The wind barrier was back in town. Thanh Huynh was there clapping and cheering him on. Once they got inside, Fang Hong gasped. "This place is huge!" Lin Yi just laughed and covered her mom's eyes. "No peeking yet." She pulled a folder out of a cabinet. "Guess what we got for you? Take a look." Fang Yi explained. "This is the house we bought for you here. It is super safe and right next to my place. You can come over and see us whenever you want, okay? And if Yi decides to move to Yuan City later, no sweat. We already picked out a spot for you in Chuan City too." She was tearing up. "I am so proud of you." "But Yi, something is up," he answered. "She is just torn about moving to Yuan City. Look, I'm telling you, I didn't mean anything with that group in Nguyen Thier. Honestly, they're treating my cousin like a total lifeline, just desperate to link back up with the legendary wind barrier. Changing things there won't happen overnight, plus they aren't going to be around to hold your hand forever, you know?" Mom pinches my cheek and asks, "Why not go for it? Aren't you my girl who always dives headfirst into everything? Didn't you lie about tutoring just to sneak off and find your cousin?" I froze. Wait, so she knew the whole time? Suddenly, I feel this massive surge of confidence. I'm not a kid anymore. I have grown up, haven't I? I'm done just following in everyone's footsteps. Why am I even hesitating? Screw it. If I'm gonna do this, let's go. My phone buzzes. I pick up immediately. "Yo, Ja Lam, you find any new leads or what's the deal on the zone?" Turns out Old No found a brand new mystical zone and wants me to tag along for the ride. Count me in. Scene cuts to some sketchy underground black market. Everyone looks bored to death. One girl snaps, "Wait, does this mean we're seriously banned from Nguyen Thier forever now?" A guy from the Tung family remnant yells, "Shut up!" Then the door slams open and someone starts laughing outside. Masked guy walks in, face hidden. "Relax, guys, no need to get all tense. Look, we both want the same thing. You ready to make a deal with me?" Cut to the spirit zone. I'm already there on site. The second I walk through the gate, I feel it. Danger. Old No throws a punch, but I block it instantly. I'm like, "What the hell, Old Nugo?" He just laughs. "Take it easy, kid. Don't get the wrong idea." My old buddies just didn't believe that someone as ridiculously talented as you actually existed in this country. He gestures to some guys walking out. Well, seeing is believing, right? Do you old geezers trust my word now? This level 2 Diamond Realm veteran laughs. "Hey, old man, Where'd you dig up a gem like this? Don't think I didn't see you flinch and take a step back when he blocked you. Another guy teases, face it and go. Out with the old, in with the new. Time for you to finally retire. I'm thinking to myself, man, are you kidding me? Every single one of these old guys is at Diamond Realm level 2. No suddenly asks, remember that negative zone? Well, listen up. Deep space has been full of those mysterious fields for a long time now. They're way more dangerous than you think, and they're tied directly to the Earth's spiritual energy waking back up. These old-timers from the war zone never showed their faces, not even when the whole country was falling into chaos. That's why every major battle zone is low on elite fighters, because all of them are tied up in these mysterious fields. Honestly, those places, that's where the real front lines are. The war humanity's fighting against this spiritual energy surge started way before you even knew what was happening, kid. I keep my cool. Jalam told me those zones are like huge time rifts, full of nasty energies clashing into each other. He mentions that the insane levels of dark energy in there have cooked up some seriously terrifying monsters. Since this place is classified and things are getting rowdy lately, new mystical fields are just popping up left and right. It really shows the levels of these pioneers from Diamond Realm to Spirit Select, and even that insane Ghost Axe stage. It all clicks now. No wonder the government was tagging contaminated zones and off-limits areas before the spiritual awakening even started. He adds that to keep exploring and hiding the truth from the public, they need serious power. Plus, maintaining order in a brutal nightmare zone like that and making it out alive means every single soldier is a Diamond Realm master with a rock-solid foundation. You can't take these guys lightly, they're the real deal. The actual power of this spirit war zone is probably way bigger than anything we're seeing on the surface right now. Old No gets dead serious. This time, he says, we're diving into the absolute nastiest part of the mystical field. He points out the burial grounds. Suddenly, someone behind us grunts. It's old Trung, and he looks like he's in a mood. That's Trung Thien, a heavy hitter and zone elder. Ingo looks surprised and calls out his name. Hey, old Trung! While the guy stares me down, judging me, he just turns away without a word. No shrugs and says, that's just Trung. He's a total weirdo, super grumpy, and stubborn as a mule. Honestly, we all kind of walk on eggshells around him. Don't take it personally. That's just his vibe. Despite the attitude, he's easily in the top 3 most powerful guys we've got. We brought him along to keep things safe. His personality sucks, sure, but the guy is loyal to a fault. I tell him, it's fine, I've got nothing but respect for the veterans who gave everything for this country. Being grumpy is just part of the charm. Ngo grabs Trung's shoulder. Hey, let me introduce you properly. This kid is the captain from the Thai City Spirit Alliance. They call him Wind Barrier. That S-Class Hell King disaster that wrecked the city? Yeah, he took that thing down all by himself. Trung looks totally stunned. S-Class disaster. Olden goes pushing us. If everyone's here, let's open the gate to the secret zone. 5 of us head to the Void Gate. Looking at that thing, I'm thinking, wow, it's way more basic than I imagined. There's a spiritual seal on the door. It was definitely patched up later by someone with some serious juice. I touch the gate and think, okay, gotta stay sharp here. I step inside and, honestly, my jaw hits the floor. This elemental energy is insane. Are these wild visions really just side effects of all that raw power? I start overthinking. Every vibe here feels like it's straight from deep space. Old No leads the way and warns, whatever you do, don't get close. Don't even stare at these sights or that elemental juice will swallow you whole. I ignore the weird stuff crawling on my skin. I'm just thinking about how much power is in here. Lightning, water, wind, void, get touched by that, and your body and soul are toast. It's straight up instant death if you mess up. These visions aren't just weird glitches. It's pure, undiluted death energy, and it's looking for a target. My death seal is useless here. I can't even fathom how many dimensions are overlapping in this crazy one spot. If we don't lock this rift down, it's game over for the world. Absolute total destruction for everyone. Olden Go's voice gets heavy. We're here, he shouts as he takes the lead. Everyone, dump your power, keep your cool, and then we go in. We enter the tomb complex, and it's gloomier than a funeral. Ngo says the death vibe is thick. When the black smoke starts boiling over, he snaps. It's starting, let's end this fast. A jet of pitch-black energy shoots straight up. It morphs into a monster. Someone screams, what the heck is that? They charge forward, throwing a blast at the thing's new body. Both Old Nyo and Truong Tien team up now. The beast swings its hand, blasting them both back. The others stare at me while I stay icy. Bad news, guys. We gotta move. I realize the energy from that black giant is nerfing our spiritual vibes. It's weakening all the heroes. Flames start burning in my hands. Even with Engino and a level 3 diamond ranker working together, they're only hitting 10% power. Time to try this. I unleash my fire blade and lightning fire moves simultaneously. The flames hit the monster hard, and smoke fills the air. I check my blade. My power is definitely nerfed. If I was at 100% right now, I would have deleted that thing already. Someone yells, "That kid is a beast! Did he just almost solo that giant?" Old Truong, you see that? This is way more intense than stopping a natural disaster on your own. While Truong Tien is losing his mind, Old No starts bragging about my secret identity. His street name is the Grave Barrier. If you knew the backstory of that name, you'd be even more shook. My pupils change color as I activate my vision. I drop my Grave Fire domain, and shadows start swirling. The shadows turn into claws, reaching for the beast. Go. The system says the domain is up and running now. Detected massive amounts of dark energy. I see that your power level is currently skyrocketing, ignoring the darkness debuff. I'm locking onto the black giant. Now that his power is cut by 50%, it is time. I fly right into its face, flames roaring everywhere. I'm taking this monster down right now. I tell him he's dead and slash my sword right through his middle. It's a clean, sharp cut. After I rip him apart, I just stand there, watching. My fire flares up and incinerates every last piece of that monster. Trong Thien is stunned. How is this possible? No stays chill. It's Yang energy. He's crushing the darkness here. Cut to Nguyen City, home of the Wood Throne. Lin Hoa feels it. It's the master. My master needs me. She bolts from her spot. I still haven't managed to put that dark guy down yet. This black giant looks like trash, but he's tough to kill. He's got death power and he's a throne master, but he's struggling. He's still fighting back. Ingo shouts, "Move it! The kid needs help. Everyone, get in the fight." Truong Tien charges in. No duh. The four of them build up their juice. They blast their energy straight into my back. This team effort makes my flames go nuclear. It's like a massive bomb just went off. The shockwave and blinding light are crazy. When they finally see what's below, they realize this is the real tomb. The tombstones are finally visible now. I walk up and say, "Thanks for the backup, seniors. I finally took down that black giant. I definitely underestimated him. You guys doing okay?" Truong Tien walks up, looking guilty. "My bad for being a jerk earlier. Thanks for saving my skin, man." The old-timers behind him are thinking, is this the same stubborn mule we know? Did he get possessed? Wonders never cease. The old dog actually said something nice. Then, skeletal hands burst from the earth, crawling toward them. Fang Yi yells, "Hey seniors, remember that Lunar City disaster? Well, looks like history is repeating itself in this hellhole. Trung Thien, these undead freaks are disgusting. Move aside and let me take the lead on this." The fire mage blasts them. Elder Wu shouts from behind, "We got your back. I will handle this side with a power sphere." A massive blast slams down, shattering the skeletons to dust. Everyone else joins in, shredding through the bone army. Fang Yi scans the area. The system pings, heavy dark energy detected. Touch the source to unlock a new cultivation skill. He pushes forward. I can feel the dark energy vibrating. It is getting way stronger now. Elder Wu stops dead. What the heck is that? A hallucination? No, this stone tablet is literally bleeding dark energy. Where did this even come from? Fang Yi replies, "It is likely just a manifestation of the darkness. I will check it out." Fang Yi dives in. Trung Thien panics, seeing the kid charge ahead without a single fear. Fang Yi stands before the massive stone. He raises his hand, and the darkness begins to swirl around him. System notification. Automatically generating new dark cultivation technique. Great Hellblade art. Summon a legion of undead to fight for 3 minutes. Their power scales with your own strength. He thinks, more dark skills. The old one required dragging enemies into a void just to weaken their spirit. Using bone birds was okay, but as spiritual energy returns, those old tricks are becoming totally useless. Success rates are dropping. This new hell skill needs a death seal as a major prerequisite. I have to trigger my own death to open hell gates and call forth real demons. Illusions only work on enemies who actually have high intelligence. But these tombs are ancient. Every spirit here is way deadlier than Lunar City. They are legit hell demon level threats. This skill controls them with 0 limits. Elder Wu catches up, realizing the tablet is literally solidified dark energy. No way! Quick, grab a chunk so the boys back at the lab can run some tests on it. They say if we crack the code on this stuff, we can rewrite the future. This thing is no joke. Let us do this, Fang Yi asks. Wait, seniors, what are you guys doing? Trung Thien moves in. Elder Wu explains. This is rare solid darkness. We need it for research and development. If this works, darkness won't hold us back anymore. Suddenly, a massive shockwave hits the entire area. Realizes too late we should not touch the tablet. Shards of rock start crumbling down everywhere. Debris falls and everyone panics. This is bad. We need to get out of here right now. Something is wrong. Feeling the spiritual energy shift, Fang Yi realizes exactly where the Black Sea came from. Red mist explodes, covering the graveyard. Someone screams in pure terror. It is a dark tide. This is way worse. Ancient power shakes the earth as darkness erupts from the ground. Elder Wu shouts, "Rule number 1, if a dark tide hits, you retreat immediately. No exceptions. Here it comes!" The shadow swarm strikes. They want us dead. Seeing the kid frozen, Elder Wu screams, "Wait, Burial, what the heck are you doing? Get over here right now." He is stunned. Deep inside that dark tide, a strange voice seems to be calling out his name. Phuong Dich has zero fear. Time to try. He accepts his fate, sending Elder Wu into a total panic. Phuong Dich just vanished into the dark tide. They are frozen in shock. Trung Thien tries to jump in, but they hold him back. "Why stop me?" Elder Wu yells, "Snap out of it. You cannot save him. Going in there just means another dead body." Trung Thien argues, "He was the future of our country. We old fools just killed him. If the future of our nation depends on one person, it has to be this kid. We all know it. Trust me, I would trade my own life for his in a heartbeat if I could. His chances are slim. If we die too, our country is done for. Every single one of you needs to get out alive. I invited him. I am hurting more than you. All of this responsibility falls on my shoulders. Look, you guys aren't on the hook for this. Just remember, if our sealer stays standing, it doesn't matter which one of us bites it down here. Got it?" But as soon as he finishes talking, a glowing ball of golden energy ignites within the pitch blackness. Someone yells out, "Check it out! That's the sealer's yang energy. Everyone's panicking now. What are we supposed to do? What's the move? Can we go save him?" Then another voice snaps, "Hey, Ngu, that kid literally just saved your life. Don't you forget it." Meanwhile, Phuong Dich wraps himself in pure spiritual energy and dives straight into the depths to investigate. The further he goes, the weirder it gets. Strange, this dark tide feels way too quiet right now. His gut tells him to keep pushing forward to find where that voice is coming from. But that weird guidance he felt earlier, it just went totally silent. Phuong Dich tries to ping the system for backup, but his vision is just a sea of red. He knows that with Kim Duong's protection and the solid foundation he's built, no amount of dark energy should be able to lay a finger on him. Am I just seeing things? Or is this darkness just waiting for my energy to hit zero so it can drain me dry? I'm right here. The system display is glitching hard. Text flickers. Interference detected from a massive wave of ancient power. Minor system fluctuations. Attribute energy source found directly ahead of you. Target locked 25 degrees ahead. Please proceed. He's caught off guard by the sudden update. Ancient power? Is this something on the level of the throne? Phuong Dich pushes on. He's on the right track. As he gets closer to this unknown object, the pressure gets heavier and heavier. Then, he stops. There it is. Ancient incantations are swirling ahead, hitting Phuong Dich with a crushing sense of dread and weight. A shadow appears in the center. It's armor. Looking at this aura, every single scale radiates a terrifying level of destruction. System confirms this is the heart of the dark tide. He charges straight in. No wonder. This energy is way stronger than the throne of descendants. But since I made it here, it's mine to take. The ancient armor senses Phuong Dich coming for it and immediately reacts with a piercing, non-stop scream. Phuong Dich's eyes narrow as he pauses for a split second. Then, the armor suddenly lets loose a massive burst of power. Seeing the attack, he instantly conjures an energy sphere as a shield to block the darkness coming from the armor. Phuong Dich throws his arms up to protect his face as the sphere gets absolutely shattered by the armor's power. He stares at the armor thinking, this thing is supposedly sealed, yet it can still wipe out my golden light energy? Darkness is usually weak against yang energy. Even if this thing was strong, I've never seen anything fight back with this much pure aggression. If that's the case, I've got to have it. Phuong Dich spreads his arms wide and starts pumping out even more power. Yang attribute scatter. After releasing his light energy into the void, Phuong Dich's eyes take on a completely different look. He triggers the infinite dark realm. Instantly, a massive energy sphere manifests in front of him. The armor's power senses the threat and starts swarming all around the giant sphere. Phuong Dich draws his blade and points it to the sky. Hungry ghosts materialize as he roars, "Great Hellblade technique! Go!" Phuong Dich commands the spirits to swarm the ancient armor. The scene unfolding in front of him leaves him totally stunned. As the ghosts crash into the armor, it releases even more energy. The whole space is filled with non-stop, agonizing screams. Phuong Dich frowns and mutters to himself, "The dark aura from this armor is way stronger than any darkness I've ever absorbed. I'm actually getting suppressed here." Right then, the dark energy exploding from the armor comes rushing straight for Phuong Dich's position. He's not just going to take it. He swings his sword and snaps. No wonder this ancient dark energy is so legendary. Let's find out who's going to be the boss today, me or you. Suddenly, the armor starts trying to merge with him. It whispers to him, "Come here, join us. Become one of my kind." Phuong Dich grits his teeth hard. It wants to turn him into a demon and steal his body. His only choice is to use the divine yang devouring method to stay awake. Fang Yi's eyes change as he clenches his jaw. A second later, he lets out a primal, deafening scream. He unleashes his full power and bellows. Hey, old man, you're seriously underestimating me right now. System. Mobilize every single attribute from every technique I've ever learned. The system immediately fires back a red alert warning. Warning. You are currently only at a 2-star Vajra realm level. Based on my calculations and current simulations, if the host activates every technique and attribute at once, your physical body will not be able to handle it. 99% chance of total body destruction. Floating in midair, Fang Yi sucks in the surrounding power and shouts out, mobilize everything. Today, we either win big or we're dead meat. Absorbing all that power, Fang Yi's eyes shifted. Something dark was taking over him now. The system pinged. Request accepted. Mobilizing every single technique learned. Time to go all out right now. After drinking in that ancient energy, Fang Yi suddenly grabbed his head. Black blood leaked from his eyes. A brutal migraine ripped a scream right out of him. The pain was absolutely off the charts. Fang Yi's body was glitching. He completely lost control of his own limbs. System alerts were spamming. Death confirmation pending. Wait, the death seal is active. Host is technically still alive for now. Keep fighting, kid. The system scanned his vitals, trying to prove there was still a pulse. After a tense scan, the system flagged him as deceased. Then it corrected. Vital signs detected. Host is barely clinging to life. Fang Yi's eyes snapped open. A new notification appeared. The ancient relic has been crushed by the master of all techniques. Ancient relic bonded. You are the master. Fang Yi's eyes glowed a deep, bloody crimson as he let out a roar. He conquered the armor. As it fused to his skin, the system flashed. God, demon, ancient armor unlocked. New skill acquired. Dark Torrent secret art. It shares the same twisted bloodline as that demonic ancient armor. Wear the armor, get the art. No teacher needed. This power is hardwired directly into his brain now. Fang Yi floated midair, radiating pure, overwhelming pressure. A fierce, brilliant red flame suddenly ignited and burned bright in the palm of his hand. Fang Yi clenched his flaming fist, snuffing out the heat. Meanwhile, the dark tide surged with a deafening roar that felt like it might burst his eardrums. Staring at the chaos, he whispered to himself, wait a second. Isn't this the actual dark tide right here? Can I actually control this mess now? Can I unleash the true, unfiltered power of the dark tide whenever I want? With a flick of his wrist, a surge of pure darkness ripped through the air. Fang Yi muttered under his breath. It is more than just walking through it like dry land. I can bend it to my will or make it vanish entirely. Looking at it now, this is nothing like the weak shadow powers I was messing around with before. Back then, using the dark element felt like a total drain. It sucked the life right out of me. But now, the darkness feels like a loyal pet. It follows my every command and honestly feels pretty damn cozy. From this moment on, the dark element is no longer an obstacle for me. Fang Yi casually waved his hand, and that massive ancient armor dissolved, hiding itself away once again. Sticking a hand in his pocket, he smirked, clearly satisfied with his new legendary loot. All right then, it's probably time to head back home. Then, Fang Yi paused and rubbed his chin in deep thought. He started wondering just how long had he been trapped in this place. If he didn't return soon, things outside were going to descend into total chaos. Cut to the Spirit Union headquarters in Shen City. Inside the main president's office, a blond man bolted up from his chair and slammed his hands down hard on the desk. This angry man is Ye Xiao, the president of the Spirit Union. He roared at everyone in the room. You sent the wind barrier out on that mission. Why couldn't you bring him home? All those years training. You have the best techniques and the richest energy in the country at your fingertips. Yet you can't even protect one rookie? The elders just stared at the floor, totally silent. Old man Wu couldn't even find the words to defend himself. Before they could even speak, Ye Xiao snapped again. What kind of joke is the Spirit Battle Zone running these days? You needed the wind barrier to save you from a tide? What is wrong with you people? Where is your pride? How can you claim to protect this nation? Outside the room, Jialan leaned against the wall, listening in total silence as the shouting continued. Her face was like stone, but her nails were digging into her skin right through her clothes. Summoning her courage, Jialan pushed the door open and stepped inside. She raised her voice and said, "Sorry to interrupt, but I see things differently. President Ye?" Jialan walked further into the room, her brow furrowed as she prepared to speak her mind. First off, I believe the wind barrier is more than strong enough to survive that dark tide on his own. I am convinced he stayed behind because he stumbled onto something incredibly vital. He wouldn't just throw his life away without a very damn good reason. Ye Xiao just pressed his lips together, staying quiet as she spoke. Jialan looked around at the others and continued. Second point, about protecting the nation? Elder Wu, Elder Zhang, And even myself, we have always been right there on the front lines. We have walked through hell and back, losing so many comrades along the way while fighting to the death. The wind barrier is a once-in-a-generation talent. He has saved this country from total disaster multiple times. Elder Wu and the rest would never intentionally lead someone that gifted into a lethal death trap. If they had the choice, they would have gladly traded their own lives to save him. Ye Xiao just stood there, listening to her intense defense of the team. He points a finger and yells at the top of his lungs. Look, the sealer is the core of our captain project. Can you really guarantee he'll survive that dark tide mess? Even your veteran mentor couldn't handle it. That's the dark tide we're talking about. Diep Tu snaps, waving his arms. He's worth way more than you. Why is he the one out there instead of you? Vu Nu, sitting right next to her, suddenly stands up to speak. Elder Lam can't take it anymore and snaps back at him. Listen, Director Diep, if you honestly think the sealer is just dead meat inside that dark tide, then why on earth do you think he matters more than the entire spirit zone? Since you're doubting both the sealer's power and the spirit zone, then forget the zone. With all this spiritual energy awakening, can your little club save the country alone? Master Ingo hears this and cuts in. Gia Lam! Diep Tu calms down. My bad. I lost my cool. Gia Lam's right. Diep Tu sits back down, looking grim. So, what's our move? The second people find out the sealer is missing, cities will lose it and the enemies outside will start moving. Hearing that, Gia Lam and Master No agree. Lock it down. Highest security clearance only. Cut to Phuong Dich's villa in Tai City. Lam Wai is stuck inside, looking totally stressed out while thinking about her cousin. He's been gone for an entire week. Someone knocks. Lam Wai hopes it's him, but it's just Phuong Hong. She's back with groceries. Oh, is Dick home? Where is he? He's been gone so long without calling. It's worrying. Try his phone. Lam Wai sighs. Mom, where he's going is dangerous. No signal. She grabs her shoes. But has he ever been out of touch this long? Phuong Hong ignores her and just changes the whole subject. So, when are you heading to Nguyen City for that new spirit job? Not yet. I'm waiting for my cousin to take me for training. But he's busy now, and the association hasn't sent any updates. Lam Wai looks super worried. This has never happened before. Even if he couldn't reach her, her cousin would usually find a way to get back home as fast as possible. She called Captain Tu, but no luck. Even Gia Lam is ghosting her. Lam Wai rushes out the door. Mom, I gotta go out for a bit. It's pouring in Tai City. Lam Wai is sprinting through the rain. She's thinking, if he's gone, the whole country is basically doomed. He's strong, everything's stable for now, he has to be okay. Heavy rain falls, lightning cracks the sky, Lam Wai stops. The thunder sounds off. She stops and looks up. Suddenly, meteors fall. People are screaming, run, it's hitting the earth, help! Squinting through the downpour, she whispers, that's the throne. A blinding white light explodes across the entire sky. Just outside the city, a group of people spots the glowing horizon. One guy in the group laughs like a maniac, his eyes bloodshot as he shouts that the scramble is finally starting. Meanwhile, back with Phuong Dich, he's still trapped in the dark tide, watching rocks float. No coordinates home. It's like I'm walking in circles on a road that never ends. He looks at his ancient armor. Can't you even find the way out? The armor just lets out a few weird noises. This is weird. Even the system won't boot up. Everything's dead here. Just like before, there's absolutely zero signal. He's tried everything. Even this ancient spirit armor can't find a way. Did I cause some crazy butterfly effect by taking this thing out of that secret zone? Or is there something else going on that I don't know about? Suddenly, the armor screams, making Phuong Dich jump. Hearing its cry, he snapped. Oh, so it's not your problem? Wait, I just remembered something. Didn't you actually use to speak back then? You even used a human voice to tell me to jump into that dark tide. Staring at the glowing armor, Fang Yi kept grilling the thing. Cat got your tongue now? Since the ancient armor stayed silent, Fang Yi just sighed. Fine, forget it. The only thing that matters right now is finding a way out of here. Just as he was feeling totally lost, a strange sensation suddenly washed over him. Fang Yi's head snapped up, eyes wide with shock. He yelled out, wait, hold on, I can feel it. A throne from a secret zone just touched down in Tai City. Cut to the city, where Lin Yi is still hauling over the main road. She thought to herself, seriously? Is a throne really descending on the city right now? This is bad. My cousin isn't here, and that throne will cause total chaos. I've got to go check it out. While she was sprinting down the road, something caught her eye and made her freeze. Two men suddenly jumped out, blocking her path from the front and back. One of them gripped a dagger and barked, you are Miss Lin, aren't you? Lin Yi stared them down and snapped. Who are you? She fired up her spiritual energy, her voice turning cold. What do you think you're doing, barging into Tai City? In a split second, Lin Yi's power suddenly exploded, slamming both of those thugs backward. In a flash, she used her energy to manifest a vine, binding one guy's arms and body tight. She hoisted the man into the air and delivered a brutal kick to his chest. Then she yelled, "What's the matter? You guys mute or something?" The man went flying from her kick, screaming in pain, while his partner just stood there, totally stunned. Right then, another guy showed up and let out a sharp whistle to signal the rest. A whole mob of thugs suddenly surrounded Lin Yi. A scruffy man with a thick beard pointed his blade directly at her and yelled out, "Just a little brat riding the coattails of the sealer. You really think you can act like a big shot in front of me?" With that, he signaled the others to swarm her. "Get her, all at once!" Lin Yi looked at the crowd and smirked. "Underestimating me? Fine. Time to see if all that hard training against multiple opponents finally paid off." Instantly, she unleashed her skills, striking out at them while whipping her vines to bind the attackers. This is the rank splitter skill. Lin Yi charged forward, landing a double kick right to the faces of two guys, making them howl. The guy trapped in her vines was thrashing around, completely unable to break free, so he roared in anger. "Her vines are suppressing my spiritual energy." Meanwhile, Lin Yi was gripping 5 glowing vines that she had manifested from her own power. She swung her arms, using massive force to hurl the tied-up thugs away. Then she shouted, "Get lost!" Once they were dealt with, strange fireballs began falling from the sky through the pouring rain. Lin Yi glanced up, controlling her vines while watching the flames. Realization hit her instantly, and she thought, "Oh no, this is bad. This fire is laced with dark corrosive properties. Now, normal fire wouldn't be able to burn through my vines this easily." Just then, a flame streaked past, grazing Lin Yi's arm and making it bleed instantly. Clutching her bleeding arm, Lin Yi stood there, her breathing heavy and ragged from the pain. Right then, the mob she had just tossed away came back for more. Seeing her weakness, they all charged at once. Lin Yi quickly threw up a spiritual shield to block the incoming strikes and yelled, "9 grown men ganging up on one student? Is that all you have?" She lashed out with her vines, throwing the whole group backward again. The whole group was slammed onto the ground. The scruffy leader struggled to sit up and muttered, "After all this, he still hasn't shown. The sealer really isn't here." His eyes turned cold and dangerous as he stared at Lin Yi. "We've seen everything she has got. Her limit is clear now," he said. "Retreat." As soon as the word left his mouth, the entire mob vanished into thin air. Lin Yi was stunned. What? She clenched her fist and punched a nearby wall filled with frustration and self-blame. Damn it, I fell for it. My reaction just proved to them that my cousin really isn't in the city right now. Next time they show up, they are going to be way more prepared for me. Biting her lip with a look of pure frustration, she thought, "Come on, brain, think of something." Just then, something massive came crashing down from the sky, hitting with a massive explosion that grabbed Lin Yi's attention. She looked up and whispered, "Wait, hold on, I've got it." She finally had a plan, so she grabbed her phone and made a call. As soon as the call connected, Lin Yi blurted out, "Captain Su?" On the other end, Su Qingying was in the forest, surrounded by blockades. Seeing the call from Lin Yi, she asked, "Yi? I am at the restricted zone near the throne right now. Yo, did we get hit by an intruder? The association is sending backup." Before Tu Thonhoin could finish, Lin Yi shut her down. "I already handled those punks, but this is only a temporary fix. They are all thirsting for the throne. They think since the sealer is gone, Tai City is wide open." Tu Thonhoin frowned. "What do you mean?" Right then, a voice echoed from directly behind Tu Thonhoin. "I am making that throne recognize me as its master. I am taking it over." Lin Yi appeared out of nowhere, her voice heavy with conviction. Lin Yi looked at Tu Thonhoin with total seriousness. "Captain Tu, I do not have a second choice here." Tu Thonhoin lunged forward and hugged her tight. "Are you out of your mind? That metal element is lethal. That throne is sharper than any monster you have ever faced. Plus, as a wood user, you have 0 advantage. You are walking into a death trap. Don't do this." Just then, 2 guys in black cloaks came sprinting toward them, completely out of breath. Everything is ruined. The underground gangs and neutral factions are totally out of control. They are ignoring the association and the military. Even registered hunters are flooding into Tai City right now. It is a complete circus. Somewhere else, a mob was gathering, and everyone was itching to get their hands on that throne. The crowd started yelling, "The sealer is dead. Who gives a damn about the association or the army? It is fair game now. Strongest wins. I will risk my life if it means becoming the new king of this country." Back in the mystic realm, a squad was flying through a dark tunnel, pushing hard toward the front. Someone shouted, "Found it, but the coordinates are different from where we were before." Phuong Dich stopped and barked at the group, "But this is definitely the spot where the sealer vanished. This mystic realm is the one. When that dark tide hit us out of nowhere, we had no other choice but to run. Exiting the tunnel, they saw nothing but a sea of white sand. Phuong Dich gasped. How is this even possible? Is this even the same realm? Where is the tomb? Where is the dark energy? Suddenly, a massive rift tore through the sky. Everyone froze. What the hell is that? Look at that power! Someone screamed. This vibe. This power. Phuong Dich muttered. Do you guys think this is something from those ancient legends we heard about? Phuong Dich suddenly stepped out from that space rift. As he floated down, he muttered, so I ended up back in this place. He landed softly, completely oblivious to Phuong Dich and the rest of the group watching him. I was definitely following the throne energy. How did I end up in this direction? It is him. Diep-Tu recognized his back against the white dunes. Hold up. Check out that power. Wait, isn't that the sealer? Look at his energy. Phuong Dich nodded. That is him, no doubt. His spirit power has already surpassed even Old Man and Go. Watching the energy roll off him, Phuong Dich narrowed his eyes. That aggressive aura. He isn't just at the third level of the Vajra stage. He is way past that. He threw his hand up and yelled as loud as he could. Phuong Dich, is that you? Hearing his name, the kid turned around and recognized Phuong Dich. Soon after, Diep-Tu and the rest of the crew landed on the sand dunes beside him. Diep-Tu rushed over to shake his hand. Sealer, I am here representing the association to bring you home. Phuong Dich nodded, asking who he was. Diep-Tu let go of his hand and gave him a quick introduction. My bad. I am the president of the National Spirit Association. Phuong Dich repeated the title in his head. The association president? He studied the guy carefully. He had never heard of this dude before. Is he some new rookie they just promoted? Phuong Dich kept a very close eye on him. He finally spoke up. Hey, then he looked serious. Look, we do not have time for small talk right now. I sensed the throne descent. It is messing with the coordinates. I have been stuck in a loop for ages, unable to find my way back home to Earth. I am just circling. I need you guys to get me back to Tai City immediately. Phuong Dich took the lead of the group. He spoke up, saying, looks like us old fossils are still good for something. We can help you out with that. Seconds later, the group pooled their energy together and ripped open a glowing teleportation portal. He looked at Phuong Dich. No time to waste. Move it. He nodded back. Phuong Dich's mind raced. He had a bad feeling that Lin Yi was in deep trouble. He really hoped he was wrong. Gate is open. Feng Di and the squad just launched straight for that portal. Inside the jump, Zhong Tian is tripping. He forgot to ask how the kid actually pulled off a breakthrough in that pitch-black tide. Like, how is that even possible? Ye Xiao is busy cooking up his own secret little plan. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Cut to Tai City, total war zone. Streets and houses are basically just piles of smoking rubble now. On the main strip, Spirit Association brawlers are going toe-to-toe with these random warriors. Someone screams, where the hell did all these invaders come from? Wang Lin is swinging hard, yelling, y'all are straight up suicidal trying to beef with the association. The chairman overhears the chaos and finally speaks his mind. These shadow cults have always hated the association and the feds. Since Mana returned, they have turned into absolute egomaniacs thinking they own the place. They want to burn it all down for freedom, meaning they want to step on everyone else just to feel powerful and get their kicks. So, we are going all out to trash these intruders. Right when things get hairy, an association grunt rushes up. Sir, the defensive ring around the throne just got cooked. Hearing the news, the chairman keeps holding back the swarm of invaders. He drops the order, split into 2 squads and back up the captain. I will hold the line here. One guy starts to stammer, totally unsure. Time is up. The chairman slaps on his headset and barks. I said no excuses. Listen up. I just got some good intel. If we survive this wave, the whole game is ours. Hold fast. Just in time, Wang Lam and Tong Yiming roll up. The chairman blinks and asks, you guys come from headquarters or what? Yiming just smirks at the guy and laughs. Tai City Association? Really? You honestly think every high-tier pioneer is out here chasing these little table scraps? Wang Lam grins. We are just here to settle a debt. Yiming, his fist starts glowing. He is packing serious fire-type energy today. With Wang Lam covering his 6, Yiming blasts a path straight through the invading mob. Fire cooks them alive. They are screaming. He is an elite. Why is a wind barrier ally helping Tai City? Why defend this trash city? Yiming just scoffs. Idiots. I would not even dream of touching the Tai City throne, but you losers think you are worthy? Get real. You are out of your league. One invader loses his mind and screams to kill everyone. I do not care who they are. Bury them. That metal throne belongs to me. Suddenly, Wang Lam drops in from the sky like a boss. He whips out a water umbrella, flash freezing the goons. I am not one of your local Tai City pioneers. One lucky survivor stammers in terror. They are all literal ice statues. Meanwhile, at Phuong Dich's place, a bunch of armed thugs are loitering outside, laughing and talking trash like they own the sidewalk. So this is the wind barrier, his crib? Everything is mine now. Word on the street is he has 2 sisters inside. Let us go see. Right then, a flute melody cuts through the air. The sound waves hit like a truck, paralyzing the crew. The thugs start panicking. Wait, what is happening? My legs will not move. I cannot stop my own arms. Help! This hurts! Where did Thai City find a control-type pioneer for backup? This was not in the plan. The one playing the flute is Captain Chen Ruo from Moon City. She sighs. Mom always said greedy people with 0 talent are the biggest joke. Looks like she was talking about you losers. Back at the mountain base, the metal throne has crashed down from the peak. Naturally, the vultures have already started to circle it. The lead thug cackles, Thai City Association is a joke. This throne is all mine now. Before he can even finish, a blinding beam of pure energy slams down on the whole group. The survivors are losing their minds. What was that? Is that the aura of the metal throne? We are all metal-type pioneers. Our bodies are reinforced. Why the hell is the throne rejecting us like this? The invaders are fuming. Did some local brat already make contact with the throne? No way. Thai City is playing dirty. They probably touched it early for a power boost. Whatever. Since we are here anyway, let us just loot the city and bail. Kill that crippled wind barrier and every last association member. They do not even see the shadow creeping up behind. It is Phuong Dich, and his eyes are glowing with pure rage. Massive energy surges around him. He growls, "Which one of you punks was calling my name?" Everyone's face turns ghost white. It is the wind barrier. The sheer pressure coming off him has the whole crowd shaking in their boots. Phuong Dich whips out his flaming blade and growls. Great hell blade technique. His eyes turn cold as ice, locked on the crowd. He swings the fire sword, and a massive flaming skull opens its jaws wide, ready to swallow these intruders whole. Flames roar despite the pouring rain, and the ground beneath his feet starts to crumble. Phuong Dich glares up at the throne on that hill. He knows exactly who is waiting. It is him. Over with MANHWA, the girl is trapped inside a floating sphere crackling with intense lightning. Thanh Huynh stands right below, desperately holding the line. She and the others are doing everything to protect MANHWA. She thinks, if she came to this throne prepared to die, then so be it. She will risk her life to save MANHWA. Even if she burns through every drop of her energy. Thanh Huynh grits her teeth, forcing out the words, "Hang in there, MANHWA. You have to make it." Right then, Phuong Dich drops in right next to the sphere. Thanh Huynh looks up and shouts, "Who is that?" Suddenly, she coughs up blood from the sheer strain of it all. Her assistant catches her and yells out in total shock, "Wait, it is him! The wind barrier!" Hearing that, she looks up with a weak smile and whispers, "You finally came back for us." Phuong Dich glances her way and smirks, "Hey, Captain 2, it has been a minute, has it not?" He raises his hand and lets his power rip. This massive wave of energy surges forward, wrapping itself around the sphere where MANHWA is held. She is still trapped inside, completely unconscious.